Alright, let's get this started. Let's go! Dandelion slowly exits the room and stands upright under the night sky. The clouds gradually scatter and the moonlight shines on her. While she is the only one in the garden, a pair of images suddenly appear. She seems to realize something and closes her eyes. Her mouth curves up in a faint smile and she bows, as though welcoming someone. You're here? I forgot. Damn, seeing her now, like, damn. That's what you call an upgrade right there. Look at her. It's your first time coming to see me in 10 years. Makes me feel a little lonely. Oh. There's nothing in front of Dandelion, but that familiar form in her eyes is standing before her, clear as day. We haven't seen each other in so long, but you aren't even discussing anything related to me. How cruel. Oh, my bad. Shit. It might just be instant for you, but it's a long time for me. And for that person, it is endless torment. Oh, don't give me that look. That's terrible, don't you think? Isn't that too cruel for that person? Hmm. How could I possibly refuse you? Oh, hello. No. Don't stick into crazy. I was just griping. Surely permit me to indulge myself a little, won't you? Hmm. I knew it. Selfishness is unavoidable, even for someone like you. Damn, the judgmental stare. Dandelion looks at the girl before her, who does not deny this, and shakes her head as though in self-mockery. Everything has changed. Possibly for the better, but possibly for the worse, obviously. Everything that happened 10 years ago feels like a lovely dream compared to now. Sometimes I wonder if I've even woken up yet. If not for my neurologs telling me that it actually did happen, I've I've forgotten in that unforgettable time. Did you expect all this too? Or were you just standing aside, watching aloofly as we flailed around like a trope of clowns? Hmm. Damn, we're just getting judged by Dandelion, aren't we? Shit. I understand. Your arrival implies a new trials upon us. Still, you chose to stand aside and watch back then. Now you're spouting pretentious lines about how you want that person to walk into the fire. Don't you think you're going too far? Or is this one of your little indulgences? Dandelion leisurely walks in front of the invisible presence. Her face does not change, but Dandelion, who was born of the same origin as her, already knows the answer in her heart. Yes, yes, I know I have to do this. I know them all, knew them well. For them, trials have never been a difficult thing. Damn. But that person lost everything: wealth, fame, comrades, their precious future, and all our former friends, namely, those dolls. Everyone and everything has been taken from them. A great price must be paid for them to gain their strength to rise again. Yet, more than this strength, it is the question of how to make them want to rise up once more that truly puzzles me. Hmm. Yeah, that's true. That is a good statement. Surely you have a way to steer the future in a direction which is not bound by terms of Mephisto, do you not? But if it's you, you surely reply that everything had happened was meant to protect that person. After all, to you, that person is the catcher in the rye. Am I wrong? Dandelion freezes up. For a moment, there is almost imperceptible shade of emotion on her face. However, she immediately resumes her usual smile and then continues talking like she's trying to convince herself. After all, living is the most important thing. Yeah, that might be true, but it's also a prison of sorts. 10 years is by no means a short span of time for humans. Even if it was the right choice, it still ended up hurting that person, and for that the second time too. Damn. I wonder, as someone who made such a ruthless choice, do you feel sorry for the person you hurt? Dandelion tilts her head ever so slightly, as though she is ready to listen to a confession. She seems to be looking forward to making life hard for her conversational partner. But it doesn't last long, because she then proceeds to state her own requests. Hmm. Alright, alright. It's not like it's particularly difficult for me anyway. I shall carefully calculate the odds of you fulfilling your wish. And then, I shall move in a mysterious way to guide that person's destiny to join with yours. Will that satisfy you, my dear sister? Oh shit. Who was her sister again? In GFL 1? Fuck. She did have a sister. Did have a sister in a sense. Fuck. It's just going to take a bit time. There are no drawbacks for me besides things being a little annoying. Yeah, that's still her. However, the price that you will have to pay is going to be so high that even I'm having trouble imagining it. You know? Hmm. All right, all right. Since it's related to that person, I shall have to exert myself and give it a try. I promise to watch how that person's life ends, after all. But in exchange, you have to help me fulfill our wish, okay? Dandelion opens her eye, and her face, still with a smile, gently lifts. She gazes on a radiant moon and begins talking to herself in a self-deprecating tone. Goodness, you're just like before, running off and abandoning me the moment you're done talking. Oh, well, shit. Still, the boring days are finally over. An age of fire and blood is upon us once more, and I wonder what kind of destiny awaits them in such a world. Yes, it will be yet until the day comes. Until then, I should probably start doing some of the things I've promised her. Dandelion slowly raises her arms, and then she claps rapidly. Almost immediately, a girl with a black hair like hers appears behind her. Lady Dandelion, you called? Helly, I need network access to the beacon next in the central region. Oh yes, help me say hi to the old bunch and tell them their peaceful lives are over. Would you like me to sugarcoat the message? Just give it to them straight. They'll understand my meaning with joy in their hearts. Yes, I will take care of it at once. The girl called Helly leaves without a sound, leaving Dandelion alone in the garden. When will the day of reunion come? It's such an exciting thought. It is. Now thinking about it. Oh, well, there she goes. Hold on, let me fix some audio settings real quick. There's probably gonna be a cut here of me fixing it. Where is it? I probably already gapped it. I did. Whew, damn. It's been a long time coming. I think it's time for me to finally to finally there we go. There we go. Oh my god, I'm so stupid. Oh my god, I'm so stupid. 55, 45, 60. Video volume? Hopefully by 50. There we go. Okay, that's a little bit better. Okay, that's a little bit better. Alright, back to it. Alright, back to it. Next part. Be tuned. Next part. The desolate plains are host to a cluster of buildings that stand out among their surroundings, but otherwise rather shabby. They sit with a temporary quarantine wall. Ew. Several sets of thick railways tracks extend inward from the distance, intersecting at small intercontinental railway supply station. This seemingly assuming supply station serves as a repository for supplies from outside the contamination zone, and it is also the last and only hope for anyone seeking to leave the yellow zone. Oh my god, border control. As the quarantine walls gates open, a rust-speckled intercontinental railway train slowly pulls into supply station amidst strident alarms. Radiation cleansing wash is sprayed onto the train cars and pours off the side, emitting an acidic odor. Ew. As the train slows down, a deafening metallic shriek echoes within the building, causing the surrounding travelers to reflexively cover their ears, of course. The train comes to a halt and its heavy blast doors open. Gangways extend from the train to the platform and the passengers stream off the vehicle. The passengers all look tired as they're dragged like their luggage off the trains. However, one of them is not like the others, as she hops, skips, and jumps off on the ramp. Oh my god. That ride was so boring. Oh my goodness. Hello there. Now looking at her, is this the UMP 97 or 95? I think 97. So much for an express train. I was stuck in my seat for 20, count them, 20 hours! I thought you were going to say 20 minutes. Like, can't be that bad. Never mind. Ah! My bones feel like they're being shaken to bits. As an elite doll, aren't you made of sterner stuff than that? No. She's a complainer, I bet. Even an elite doll can handle having to sit still in a chair for the size of a wash basin. Okay, fair. Isn't that right, big sis? An elegant dressed doll emerges from the cabin car. She gently pats Jiang Yu's head and what manages to soothe the somewhat antsy little sister. It must have been hard on you, but I don't think that's enough to get better of the best little sister in the world. Am I right? That's what I'm talking about. I love that. Upon hearing Diane's words, Jiang Yu goes from pouting and annoyance to smiling broadly, and she smugly plants her hands on her waist. Of course, I'm just venting a little. It's not as though I was actually bothered by it. Shut the hell up, you were. Zhao Hui, are you doing okay? As a doll, being able to get a seat at all is pretty good. Damn. Really, I bet I wonder if she's a new unit or a returning unit. She might be a returning unit. We'll see. Wow, we should have asked you. I know it's been hard on everyone. There are still a few more hours until our transfer trains arrives. Shall we rest in the train station? Big sis, we spent the collapse pieces we saved up for half a year on the travel expenses for this journey. Was it really necessary? It's true that cross-country travel is a little expensive, but is an important reason for it. What kind of reason could be worth a half a year of income? Wait, half a year? Crazy. That's a secret for now, but once you find out, I'm sure you'll be surprised. A surprise? Hmm. Albert won't turn out to be a shock instead. I'm sure Diane has a reason for doing what she did. Shouldn't you have an absolute faith in her as her little sister? Damn, not you pulling the little sister card on her. That's true. But we spent so much money, I don't even know the reason why. Can't you let me complain a little? Fair. Ugh. I think the luggage for the trip's been unloaded. Go over and get our traveling cases before someone takes them, okay? Oh. Oh! My collection is in my luggage. I can't lose them again this time. Oh my god. Jiang Yu frankly run towards the luggage carousel. Diane sighs quietly and Zhao Hui walks up to her. Frankly speaking, I don't really understand the purpose of this journey either. If it's to expand the range of our tour, then there's no point in going so far by train. We won't even make the money for the tickets back for with our concert earnings. Wait, they do concert stuff? That's sick. Yeah, excuse me. Our destination is far away from our current active race. Activist? Active radius, sorry. I'm sure you wouldn't have chosen this region if you didn't have a reason for it. Indeed. I have a very important reason for doing this. An important friend contacted me some time back, and while she didn't tell me why I had to be here, I'm sure that it was related to our shared past. An important friend. Does that mean it's related to your past in Griffin? Yes. For a certain reason, my friend did not want to leave any records that we knew about this ahead of time. What a strange reason. True. Sorry I dragged you into this. Don't worry about it. Besides, it's not like I have anywhere else to go. Oh, okay, so she is a new unit. So technically she is a OC in this game. Okay. Zhao Hui stretches seemingly to put Diane at ease, and Diane responds with a smile. Jiang Yu's piercing voice rings out from the distance. Did you lose your collection? Big sis, this is bad. Oh yeah. Diane and Zhao Hui turn to look the sound of the voice, seeing Jiang Yu being chased by several. What did you do? Being chased by several men in security guard uniforms. What did you do? The guards are trying to handcuff Jiang Yu, but her strength and agility are far beyond theirs. Jiang Yu calls out loudly to Diane as she runs. These stupid guards won't listen to me at all. What did you do, or what did they do? This smuggler is a tricky one. Get more guys in here to surround her. Alright? You're the smuggler? Your mom is a smuggler. Damn, not you saying, not pulling out your mom jokes. Jesus. As Yang Yu makes a bigger and bigger ruckus, the surrounding travelers gather around to gawk and more security guards swarm over. Diane and Zhao Hui immediately runs over to Jiang Yu, blocking behind them, and then Jiang Yu whispers to Zhao Hui. Don't hurt the humans, otherwise things will get very troublesome. Zhao Hui replies with a knowing nod, attempts to take down the oncoming security guards aside with minimum force. After seeing the doll's prowess, the guards freeze up, unwillingly to recklessly approach them. However, there's a sound of a handgun chambering a sound in the distance, and a middle-aged man who looks like a police officer stalks over to Diane and the others. Railway police! It's the Popo! She's struggling or I will open fire! Oh no. Diane looks around herself. While this is just a minor transfer station, things will get extremely troublesome if they do get detained here. Since they haven't broken the law, their current priority is to figure out why Jiang Yu is being chased by the security personnel. Officer, we're just ordinary travelers. Why are you trying to arrest my sister? The railway officer looks Diane up and down, showing no signs of lowering his guard. Are you a doll? Doll your grade are rarity around here. Where's your owner? Get him out here. I want to speak to him. Officer, we own ourselves, and we have proper credentials. Here's our electric ID. Still suspicious? Crap. The officer scans Diane and the others' IDs. His system indicates that they are indeed self-owned and authorized to travel freely. Damn. So you really are self-owned dolls. That's something you don't see every day. Yeah. Wonder what the commander did to fuck this over! The railway police officer finds it hard to believe his eyes. Then he looks back to question the security guards who were chasing Jiang Yu. What's with those dolls? Our scans revealed weapons in their luggage. They've got guns! Lots of guns! We are authorized to bear fire control course and use weapons. Our deed already shows this. We also declare the other weapons before boarding the train. You can find it in the hazardous goods transport permit section. The police officer eyes the security guard behind him, who frantically opens his terminal and goes through it. A while later, he lowers his head and speaks dejectedly. It's all in there. Yeah, stupid. What the hell are you morons playing at? Don't you even know how to check IDs and forms? Damn, they are actually police officers. But our scanners threw up an alarm, and we saw the guns and thought we should detain them. That's why none of you have managed to get proper postings so far. You clowns can't forget about being promoted for the rest of your lives. Damn. Their railway police officer makes a big show of berating the security man while he pulls them aside, then quietly speaks to them. They say that those who can get clearances like this have a complicated past. You shouldn't have get involved with them. True! Damn it. Even humans don't get this kind of treatment. They're licensed to carry weapons and fire control course. So they must be tactical dolls from some PMC. A PMC? Then maybe these dolls are... Uh-oh. Kaboom! I'll probably put a sound effect there. Suddenly, there's a massive explosion from outside. A huge plume of black smoke rises from the quarantine wall in the distance. As the shockwave from the explosion washes them over, many people lose their balance and fall to the ground. What was that? The sound of screaming comes from the direction of the explosion, and a panicked crowd begins running this way. Oh no. It's a boojum! A boojum hitting the quarantine wall. A boojum? Run for your life! Fear instantly spreads through the crowd, and the surrounding tourists drop their luggage as they frankly run in the opposite direction. Damn it. How many times has it been this month? Damn. Chief, we got an EID incursion. Get your guns and follow me! Something suddenly occurs to the railway police officer, and he turns around to address the dolls. We're undergunned here. Can you help us out? Since you're tactical dolls, dealing with the EIDs, it should be the piece of cake for you, right? What should we do? Oh my god. We should take our luggage and run. No, stop it. No, we can't. There are too many civilians here. The consequences of the EID broken here would be unimaginable. But if that was a boojum, it's not something we can handle. After seeing the dolls hesitate, the railway police officer immediately chimes in. Just think about these unarmed civilians. As tactical dolls, shouldn't you be prioritizing by protecting humans? How about this? If you help us out, I can help you apply for a security certificate within the railway network. That way, you'll never be stopped or questioned no matter which station you go to. Sounds like a good deal to me. True! Then we'll... Wait a minute, Big Sis, I have a condition. Can we get better seats on the next trip? No problem, I'll think of something. This cop, smart! Smart! Upon hearing about the seat upgrade, Jiang Yu's eyes practically glow with excitement. Diane looks at Zhao Hui, who nods back in response. Now that her friends have agreed, Diane makes up her mind. Understood, officer. Please allow us to assist you. The railway officer entrusted this region to us. Make sure you don't let the EIDs into the station. Wow, look over there, Big Sis. There's a huge hole in that section of wall over there in the distance. Big hole. The EIDs must have entered through there. Looks like we got like the work of that boojum. What should we do if we encounter it? It's just a boojum. Oh, riveted bits. Stop! 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 UMP 97. Calm yourself. I think it's 97. I'd double check. Surely you know what boojums are, right? They're strong EIDs, aren't they? Technically, yeah. Well, in a sense, yeah. I knew it. Goddamn, that disapproving look. We won't be engaging the boojum. If we run into it, we flee immediately. Understood? Yes, yes. Got it, Big Sis. Focus the EIDs. These are focus. Prepare for battle. Okay, hold on. I need to fact check myself. I'm looking for my other phone, but so give me a moment. Hold on. I'm gonna fact check myself. Fact check myself real quick. Why do I have that tab open? UMP 97. Girls Frontline 1. Is it UMP? No, it's not UMP. What the fuck is it? Hold on. Okay, I already fucked up at the beginning. I ain't gonna hold you. No, not Type 95. I I'm stupid. I've got the number right, but I got the incorrect fucking name. I got the number, but incorrect title. Fuck. Okay, but I was right though. Jiang Yu is type 97, and Diane is type 95, which is good. Okay, I got the numbers right. I fucked up the name. Voiced or no? Voiced or no? I feel like it was not because it was missing 2 units. We'll see. Or I'll look it up. After eliminate the ELIDs within the area, Diane contacts a railway police officer over the radio. Officer, the area is clear. There's a breach in the quarantine wall over here, and there are elevated levels of collapse radiation at our position. Please warn any nearby humans not to approach it. Understood. Thank you. I've already contacted the nearby railway units for support. Please ensure no ELIDs get through your side until they arrive. Alright, leave it to us. Also, you best not pass through the quarantine wall and head outside. You might run into something bad out there. Is there a problem over there? Receive reports of an unidentified groups being active there. A lot of people have gone missing recently. Boojum sightings have been increasing. Oh my god, that's a typo, I think. Have been increasing recently, and there are rumors about a cult operating nearby. So you best not get involved. Thank you for the reminder. We'll pay attention to this. Jiang Yu puts her weapon down and stretches lazily. What the heck? These EIDs are wimps. Oh my god, she even says wimps. Actual little sister energy. After seeing all those humans running scared, I thought we encountered some big monster. Shut up. Shh. Don't jinx it. We're lucky that we didn't run into that big monster. There's another explosion with each sounds like it came from a much closer this time. It gives Jiang Yu a fright. Lamau. Wah! Another explosion? Did more ELIDs sneak in? There's no way these Mookie ladies have caused so much damage. That Boojum might be nearby. If it was a Boojum, we have heard its roars. That's true. We'll head over and take a look. We need to completely clear this area of threats. The dolls warily approached the origin of the explosion just now, but the thick smoke it left in its wake hasn't completely dispersed yet. Fortunately, they don't hear the howling of ELIDs. Apart from the sounds of burning and the wind blowing, everything is silent. After making their way through the smoke, they see the breach in the quarantine wall not far ahead. The surroundings are a mess. Sand and invisible collapse particles are streaming in through the breach. The dolls are stunned by the extent of the devastation here. However, what truly shocks them is that there's something that most definitely does not belong in a place like this in the middle of the breach. Big sis! There's something lying on... I said something. There's someone lying on the ground. Diane looks over and sees a girl with blue hair on the ground. Her hands are tightly clenched around her weapon, and there are 3 strange spheres circling her. Wait, what was that description? Blue hair. 3 spheres. Oh no. The spheres glow with blue light, and the heat boiling off of them makes them surrounding air ripple. It's plain to see that the previous destruction was their work. Is that a doll? Diane slowly approaches the doll on the ground, but Zhao he immediately steps up to stop her. Wait a minute. Don't go over. Diane looks at the fallen doll. The spears have changed position and begun glowing in response to her approach. It looks like they might attack at any moment. Is that some kind of autonomous defense system? Huh? Why would a doll have something like that? The last time we saw one like that was around 10 years ago, right? Just as the dolls come to a halt, the spheres suddenly flash with light before flying rapidly the opposite direction from Diane and the company. Those spheres flew off. Does that mean it's safe? Your logic pathways are sure are simple. What if there's another trap? I'm not picking up any threats for the moment. That doll looks like she's crashed. Watch out our surroundings. I'm going to try and reboot her. You want to do it here? Can we just haul her back to the train station and be done with it? I have some questions for her. For some reason, I get the feeling we might have something in common. Is this related to the past you were talking about? The reason that we couldn't know about out ahead of time? Yes, that's the feeling I'm getting. I'm sure there's a reason that we've come all the way here. While Jiang Yu looks a little confused, she nods and towards her Diana anyway. Good little sister. After seeing two dolls scan their surroundings, Diane begins working on the doll. She carefully turns the doll's body over and finds her connection port. They have a connection port? I kind of want to guess where. She attempts to connect to the other doll's neural cloud, and its firewall structure seems strangely familiar to her. Are you alright, big sis? I forgot to get a water bottle before I came in. Since when did you become an electrical warfare specialist? Alright, that's oddly specific. Connecting to her was easy. The IF handshake protocol she uses is the same as ours. Oh, the same? How could it be the same? She got the same IF data as you. Haven't you figured out why yet? Or IFF data. Wait! I forgot, was IFF data like a way as like group ownership or something? Or um was she in Griffin too? But then why don't I remember her at all? You'll have your answer once she wakes up. Diane breaks the connection and gets to her feet. The other two dolls approach her, waiting for the doll's neural cloud to finish rebooting. As she looks at the doll before her, Diane has a rough idea of what to expect. Alright, let's continue. Whew! Oh, well, we're in the elbow again. I'm sitting in front of one of that big drop windows behind the main console, blowing on my cup as I sip the revolting instant coffee. I think about how to handle the upcoming situation. Paradias has been sighted. Dolls of Sextons and Darcher have attacked us, and there's that recent transmission. All this makes me sink deep into thought. While I'm trying to sort things out in my head, something in my heart is protesting. So, the past has caught up with me at last. Just then, Mei Ling opens the door to the ops room, walking towards as she works her tablet. Upon hearing me mutter to myself, Mei Ling puts down the tablet in curiosity and speaks to me. What were you talking about, Commander? Don't worry about it. Do you have more rice wine, by the way? I kind of want to drink some right now. It's nothing. Just an adult's pointless grumbling. Don't say I hate him. I hate Commander. How's that doll? Are you talking about Sextons? Oh shit! Is this a spoiler? Okay, I kind of might have to play chapter 8 at one point. God damn it! I just ran the first round by comprehensive system diagnostic on her. Looks like she's been very badly damaged. Most of them, most of it wasn't from leader though. Just what on earth happened to her before this. I wish someone would tell me that. Let's just bring her in and do some basic repairs on her. We'll have to watch her around the clock, though. Yes, as Rose, Rosa said so too. She's already arranged for rotating shifts to man the security cameras, and we will have dolls stationed in the repair bay. Dolls, plural. So we already have Krolik, and I don't know what Chapter 8 offers, but we already have. I'm assuming we have Kolthne, Gross, Krolik, Vetley, and Nemesis on guard duty. However, I kind of need Nemesis to take less hours because we don't know shit what the hell she's gonna say. Put Groza in higher hours though. Alright then, I can rest easy knowing Groza's handling things. Ah, Commander, what's going on? Are you really going to bring Helena out with you again? It's parent to daughter it's parent to daughter communication time. Come on. Ever since we brought Helena back from Paradias. Oh yeah. This looks like I have to do chapter 8 to understand what the hell is going on. God damn it. Okay. Gonna have to connect the dots here. Ever since we brought Helena from Paradias, she hasn't been feeling too well. We can't let people keep pursuing us. It's not enough just to keep Helena safe. We need to get more information and launch an adequate counterattack. I know that, but I'm just worried. Don't worry, Mei-Ling. Everything will get better. I hope so. Really? For some reason, the look in your eyes seems different from before. Different. In the past, you always kind of have had a kind of smile on your face. But ever since you got involved with Parodius, your eyes have started kind of look scary. I fake a caught to hide my accidental display of emotion. Well, that's good. After seeing the worried look in Mei-Ling's eyes, I make a show shrugging to try and calm her down. Sorry, Mei-Ling. I think I recalled something from the past. Don't worry. I won't put the others in danger. I won't let this happen again. My words don't sound the the, the least bit reassuring, but fortunately, Mei-Ling doesn't probe further into it. Good. Well, if you say so, Commander. Oh, excuse me. I nod to Mei-Ling and Mei-Ling nods back. Though, whether or not she actually understands remains in question. How are things on Kolfne's end? If Helena is all right, can you have Kolfne let me speak for her to her for a bit? Yeah, I need to go chapter 8 for this. They ought to be in the medical room. Should I should I go over and take a look? Yes. Yeah, please pass the message on. Mei-Ling nods to me, then turns to leave the ops room. After watching Mei-Ling leave, I take a look at myself through my reflection in the window glass. Am I really that scary? Damn. It seems the ripples which that transmission set off in my heart were bigger than I expected. My regrets over the past surged to the fore along with my hopes for the future. Before, I had been willing to recall the past, and neither did I dare dream about change in the future. Right now, however, all the thoughts hidden in my heart are bursting out uncontrollably into my mind. Perhaps I had been trapped in the events from 10 years ago all this time. I look into the glass again, and my face does seem a little twisted. I should drink some coffee to cover it up. Ugh! That's hot! Annoyed, I put down my mug. I caught sight of my nearby control terminal. I heard that the news that tied my heart up in knots there, just a half a day ago. I rubbed my temples and began recalling the events from back then. No time to backtrace, and no time for the repair either. I've been able to go through basic maintenance on everyone. Sextans is out there, and the storm is bad. We'll be alright, right, Commander? Grossa? Enemy confirmed just to be just one. Is it Sextants? Yes. A burst of static comes through the comms, making it difficult to make out what Grossa is saying. Is just her? No other Paradias combat units? No. Enemy confirmed to have left combat area. She retreated. She's remaining outside of our firing range and is not leaving. There's a new communication request. Caller unknown. Put it through. Groza, stay alert. Mailing display the comms window on the projection screen. Welcome to the projection screen. Good day. I found myself looking at Sextance, who was wearing a hood. I cannot be certain if the collapsed storm is affecting the signal reception or if Sextance's vocalization module is damaged. But her words are very choppy. The simple greetings took her seconds to get out. It's a terrible day. This should be the first time seeing you in the flesh. Sextance, chasing us here, tailing us. What do you want? Sextance? My... Nah. Huh? You know who I am? Please tell me. Still trying to these childish tricks on us. Sextants make no reply over any sort of movement. She looks like a static image pasted on the projection screen. Rosa, sit rep. No abnormalities. No movement from from enemy unit. I have no time for this. Grozak, get rid of her. Tell me. Sextant took off her hood, revealing her exposed circuitry, protruding eyeballs, and mangled metallic hardware. Neural authorization. Unlock. Limit. Tell me. Give me the order, Commander. A new comms request. Encrypted channel. Caller is like the dawn, shining edge in hand. Put it through. Oh, hi, Lena. Lena, what's wrong? Are you busy, Commander? Kind of. It's nothing. Just a battle. That doll Sextance showed up again. Although she looks a little weird. Well, if you need to deal with her, I got a handy little helper that I can lend you. A handy little helper? Is the commander who conquered far and wide back then having this much trouble with a single doll? Looks like the good stuff Persica was talking about isn't doing that much good at all. That voice. Don't tell me it's Dandelion. I'm about to swing. I knew it! That's right. It's called Miss Dandelion. She said she had urgent business with you, so I activated the emergency communication system. Is now not a good time to talk, Commander? Normally, that would be the case, but it would be a different matter if she could lend us a hand. Lena picks up on my meaning and opens a window link. Dandelion's image instantly projects out of the comms terminal. Dandelion is still the same as she was 10 years ago. Still acting all smug even at that critical moment. That's good. Honestly, sometimes that kind of thing is kind of needed here and there. Still, since she's coming knocking on my door, there's got to be something she needs me to do for her. It would be more efficient to let her take care of this emergency until then. You really don't stand on ceremony, do you, Commander? You're always having me clean up a big mess for you. Well, I'm sure it's not a big loss for the great, powerful Dandelion to help us out, right? Alright then, what's the problem now? I suddenly realized that it's been a long time since we last spoke like this. But I ended up taking this tone with her anyway. For some reason, I'm not worried at all that she'll be repulsed by my attitude. In fact, even her seemingly mocking tone is putting me at ease. Well, it's because you miss your girls. I was back in Griffin. As expected, Dandelion smiles in a familiar yet annoying way. Every time I see that smile, I just know she must be laughing at Hyena deep inside her virtual cognition image. But at the same time, I know she'll stop in to solve my issues. I dragged the video image Rosa sent back into the comm window. Dandelion instantly recognizes the person within it. Isn't that this the third generation doll Sextance? You know her? I found the information on her easily in the NOMFA databases. She's the Gerard's group's newest product and their pride and joy. A third gen doll. So just like RO then, her hardware is a little more advanced, but from a design standpoint, all I can say is that she's nothing more than a crude copy. In short, way worse than an RO. A copy? Forget it, that's not important. Although she looks pretty messed up, her fighting power still possesses a major threat to us. What should we do? The best way to deal with a fake is the real thing, of course. If I'm not wrong, you acquire remodeling pattern technology already, right? Have you used it yet? Mailing? Ah, I alpha leader Groza and the others remodeling patterns, but for some reason, maximum burst output is stuck at 68%. If I can enter the Elmo systems, I might be able to solve the problem of the remodeling pattern's limited output. And then your squad's power will rise like whoosh. Then you one-shot that sexist before dragging your frame back. I'm sure a third gen Neurals Cloud contains a lot of info on the Gerard group. If you let me take care of it, I could crack it just like that. Sounds good to me. Groza, keep a safe distance from Sextons. Dandelion can boost the maximum output of your remodeling pattern. Once that's done, take her out and recover her frame. Dandelion? Can we trust her? She's an old friend. In any case, we'll upgrade it ASAP. Once I give the word, launch the attack. Understood. We'll keep our distance and stand by for further instructions. Rosa's team begins falling back, and I signal Dandelion to work as fast as she can. Miss Mailing, I use the Elmo's adjutant. Will you allow me to enter the Elmo system? Huh? Ah, well... You can enter without asking her, you know. Good manners are very important for girls, Commander. You are always breaking your subordinates' hearts because you keep forgetting that. Okay, you can't just... Alright. Damn! Even he can't say shit. Ah, you're Miss Dandelion, right? How are you planning to get into the Elmo's systems? You need to tell me whenever I can come in first. Commander? It's alright. She's probably more familiar with the Elmo than we are. And we need to get the upgrade done ASAP. Wait, you know the Elmo? Then please come in, Miss Dandelion. As you wish. Damn! The Elmo shakes violently, and the lights sway as well. The monitors on the command console begin to throw off sparks. Mailing nervously sucks a breath in, terrified that she just made the wrong decision. I pat her on the back, indicating that she shouldn't be worried. However, she looks at me with nervous eyes. Soon, the monitor's lights go back to normal. Dandelion must be back. All the modules have been cared very well. Looks like Miss Mailing's more capable than I expected. You are in our systems already? Oh yes, I booted up the data backup from 10 years ago. Thanks to the massive data center, the Elmo, and the nearby signal beacon, I managed to update part of my virtual cognition image data. Yeah, it's a bit more clear now. Once it completely fuses with me, we'll all be happy campers here together. Yup. I palm my face. The scenario I least wanted to see has come to pass. I can practically imagine the tragic days ahead of us. Wait, a backup from 10 years ago. Have you been to the Elmo before, Miss Dandelion? Well, that's a long story. See, 10 years ago, the commander of yours who usually sitting over there used old me as a vehicle support AI. Had me slave and labor for them all day long. Hey! Isn't that the same as what I meant is that you helped keep the Elmo running in the past as well? So don't worry, I'll take care of a big chunk of your workload. However, the priority right now is to get that remodeling pattern up and running. Mailing, have you connected the remodeling patterns back in systems to the Elmo? Yes! I need you to open the database and give me the necessary authorization so I can go through the past data. Commander, can you give me a minute? I'll let you handle it. Looks like it's time for me to talk then. Nina, where's Colin? Ah, I was just about to get Miss Colin. Daniel and Miss Colin already contacted me, so it seems there's a change in the situation. So Helena's destination will need to be altered a little. So we're not going to Kiev. Our prior decisions might have been leaked, and Miss Colin's looking for its source. Until then, we'll be transferring Helena to a reliable group. Right now, the Girard group has their eye on the Elmo. Having Helena remain on the Elmo would be too dangerous for both her and the Elmo. It is a pretty high-profile vehicle. So, got any specifics about the plan? I'll explain later. In any case, this is much work for you to do, Commander. If it's just listing all the work takes longer than a minute, it seems I'll need to mentally prepare myself. Commander, I finished analyzing the problem with the remodeling pattern. Do you want to hear about them? Go ahead. That's amazing. I can't believe she took care of everything in less than a minute. Any problems that can be covered by the Elmo's processing power is not a problem at all. I made some deductions based on the data and found that the data on the plants in Grozas and the other remodeling patterns was inaccurate, which led to them not being able to absorb collapse particles at full efficiency. Fully resolving this issue will require ample calibration data, but that sort of thing can wait until later. Right now, I've performed some simple simulated calibrations. That should bring up the RP's pattern output on RP's output from 68 up to 85. Still not full output, but should be more enough to deal with that 3rd gen doll. Has it already been done? You can use it right away. Understood. Grossa, check your remodeling pattern. Can you raise it to 85%? Yes. Remodeling pattern output has been increased. Commander, should I continue with the attack on Sextans? Your orders are unchanged. Take her down and recover her frame. Understood. Executing now. Oh, there we go. Commander, we retrieved Sextans frame. Estimated 20 minutes until we get back to the Elmo. Thank you. You've done well. Take care on the way back. Understood. We're heading out. Well, that's Leader Groza for you. She one-shot that doll the moment she got an upgrade. I didn't expect someone who crashed new trends as much as you would bring along an old subordinate, Commander. I'm not a trend chaser. Shut the hell up. Really now. But then why don't I see a single familiar face? Shouldn't you be the one who best knows the reason for that and best understands what happened back then, Dandelion? Oh, of course I understand. Is there anyone who understands you better than me, Commander? Alright. I simply thought your reaction when I phrased it that way, it would be very amusing. Alright. Naturally, I understand you're bound by the limitation of the Mephisto agreement, but because some people are so terrified of you that the thought of you not being separated from those cute little dolls of yours keeps them up at night. And here I thought you had wasted away to the point where you gotten used to those days of drifting with that wind. You didn't have to say that. What's this, Commander? Are you mad? Frustrated? Wroth even? Oh my god. I looked down and away from her. There is no response. I know that I'm not angry. Rather, the fact that she had to hit the nail on the head left me feeling a little guilty instead. All this while, I thought that I completed my mission, so I didn't want to experience those despair-inducing things again. Things like watching my friends die and sacrificing my subordinates. Still, despite everything we did, everything we sacrificed, Paradies is still around. If my mission was a failure, then what was even the point of everything I did back then? As I pondered this, the regrets of it I have been hiding in the depths of my heart surged to the fore again. It's not like I don't understand how you feel. Maybe a new beginning might not be so bad after all. Perhaps those subordinates of yours could come back and work for you again. A new beginning? What kind of beginning? Hmm. Perhaps we can start with a teeny tiny accident. I don't have time for your riddles. Ah, you wound me. I guess my little Miss Nine would have to explain then. Lena? It's like this. Kylan had an idea, and she wants you to meet up with 404 Oral after this. You mean with 45 and the others? No, Leva. No, Leva. That is to say, 45 is still on the mission with Miss Colin now. Klukai's leading 404 now. Ah, Klukai's. I know, she's 416. She finally became 404's leader like she always wanted. Yes, Klukai and her team are on a mission, and Colin was hoping you could send a squad over to back them up in case something dangerous happened. That way, you'll be making contact with them through respect posted by the NOMFA. Doing that shouldn't cause too many problems. Got it. Give me the coordinates and the time. I'll prepare for it. Well, it's not too urgent. Their mission is still in the preparation phase. They'll let you know if they need support. Also, there's something else which is more important. Like I said earlier, Helena needs to get to Lviv. Lviv. That's right. The NMFAO FA Non-Military Forces Administration has forces under its complete control there, including hospitals with comprehensive care units. However, Miss Collin wants to bring her in via Intercontinental Railway. Sending her via the Elmo would attract too much attention. Considering our past experiences, it's not like Intercontinental Railways is that much safer. Last time, it was because there was a problem with the pickup at your destination. We'll make sure it doesn't happen again. Are you sure? Okay. But you didn't actually encounter any difficulties on your way there via train, right, Commander? That's true. While the Intercontinental Railway and cities passes through might not be 100% safe, at least the enemy won't be able to attack them so openly. In comparison, moving through the contamination zones is riskier. I suppose that's true. Thing is, while I can still ensure Helena's safety on the Elmo, I am not confident on what her well, confident of bringing her out without an adequate escort. Ah, you don't have to worry about that. There's a tons of dolls everywhere who are willing to help you out. Who knows? You might end up encountering lots of friends on the road to Lviv. Encounters, you say? I mean, a random encounter technically isn't a violation of the agreement, right? Of course, if you get Helena's safety, it's not like there's no way to deal with the Mephisto. Am I correct in understanding that this is a condition for the deal? Deal is such an ugly word. I have nothing but good intentions for you, Commander. The more you say that, the more I'm thinking there's some pit trap out there waiting for me to fall into. Of course, the right to decide is still in your hands. If you're satisfied with your lifestyle of running away, you're, of course, free to reject my request. As long as you're really alright with that. I frowned, then finished the last of the coffee. For some reason, the memory fills me with displeasure. Although I have become used to Dandyland's attitude 10 years ago, I'm particularly irked by how she's acting this time around. I glance at my watch. Just as I think someone ought to be coming over, there's a ding from the lift. Commander! Mei-Ling told me you wanted to see Helena, so I brought her here. Where's Mei-Ling? At Diner Gate called her away. Apparently she needs to fix something? More Dandelion's tricks. Never mind, I won't bother about them for now. I focus my attention on Helena, who's in front of me now. Although she just woke up, she doesn't look well. Helena, are you okay? Commander, just now. Scary. Ah, God damn it. Felt like something was getting into my head. Like I was remembering something, but I can't remember what. As Helena's eyes fill up with tears, my hands to move on its own to pat her head. My heart is aching for some reason. Kofne, is there something wrong with Helena's body? Apart from bruises where Krolik hit her, her vital signs have improved considerably. Still, Helena's was acting a little strangely back then. There might be something that the Elmo's equipment can't detect. Is that so? I think for a bit, then make up my mind. Helena. I wipe Helena's tears away to speak her in the kindest voice I can imagine. Don't be scared, Helena. I'll take you to a safe place this time. It's a place where you'll never feel scared like that again. A safe place? Yep, safer than the Elmo even. Not true. Elmo's the safest. God damn it, she actually became the daughter. You don't believe me? Commander, I believe, but Commander, are you going to take Helena away from the Elmo? Yep. Kalin gave us a new pickup point at Lviv. As you know, it's within the NOOMFA sphere of influence. It's also a place where Helena can get treatment, so we need to get her there safely ASAP. Yeah, the Elmo has a medical center, but not a hospital. But we're not a hospital. In that case, sending Helena there would definitely be better for her. However, if you're going to a city, Helena might end up suffering organ failure like before. That's definitely an issue. I'll head back and consult with Lena on a solution to that. If you're made up your mind to go, then I'll go with you. After all, I am a medical doll. If there's anything happens to Helena along the way, I can deal with it immediately. Kofne, are you coming too? Yep. I need to accompany Helena. That way you'll feel much more at ease too. After hearing Kofne's words, Helena immediately throws up her arms in approval. Yay! Kofne is great! I like Kofne. So don't worry about a thing. We'll head out with you, Commander. Commander, is this alright? Just leave it to me. I'll make sure you'll be fine. Helena remains silent for long while before she finally nods and agrees to my request. I'll give Helena some anti-degeneration medicine, then give her another checkup. Good point. Take care of Helena then. Coldplay nods, then leads Helena out of the room with a smile on her face. I exhale and think. Then I pick up my communicator and describe the situation to the girl side. What do you think, leader? My opinion is the same as before. Helena was exposed to the Niatos, so we can't ensure her safety with our present firepower. If she continues staying out in the vehicle. Since Miss Kalina has made its agreements to receive Helena, we should send her to the destination and complete the assignment ASAP. Finish it ASAP, huh? I rub my temples, knowing that Rosa is trying to say without her having to actually put it into words. Maybe forgetting about the past would make things easier for me, but for some reason, I know that I can't do that. I tell Groza what's on my mind. As expected, she expresses her opposition to my idea. Commander, we have very few dolls on hand. Carrying out two missions at once would be too much for us. We won't be able to support Squad 404 if we have to cover both you and Helena as well. Meeting up with Squad 404 would be an excellent opportunity for us. They're very good fighters and would greatly improve our combat capabilities. Then Helena. My plan is that Colton, Helena, and I will travel along the route Lena gave us while you staying behind and secure the Elmo. According to Lena, 404's situation isn't too urgent, so we'll be able to back them up once we finish escorting Helena. So, you won't need me to escort you, Commander? No. There's no need for that. We still have Sextons on the Elmo, and we don't know what her deal is, so I can't be at ease if you're not in the Elmo. Also, using firearms will be troublesome once we're into the city, which will make your strengths very hard to employ. Someone like Kovner who's good at a directive humans is better suited for the task of escorting Helena. Damn. Dandelion is decrypting Sexton's neurocloud. It'll take some time to finish. We can use that time to hurry over to the train station. Rosa doesn't reply right away, unlike how she would normally. I suddenly realized that what I just said now might have made her unhappy. However, Rosa is not silent for long. She speaks for me in her usual tone. Understood, Commander. Let me do the planning.
洗完了っと。
Yeah.
あ、戻らなきゃ。料理が冷めちゃう。
Uh, the fallen doll's neural cloud seems to have successfully rebooted. She shakes her head and struggles to prop herself. Diane gently helps to support her into a sitting position. Are you alright? I knew it! Ah! I think I'm fine. Where am I? You're just outside the Intercontinental Railway Station. What's your name? My my name is Kofne. The doll called Kofne slowly comes to her senses. Then she realizes something and begins casting a searching gaze around herself. Commander? Helena? Helena? Commander? Oh, there's nobody else around except the dolls. Kofne looks around like she's about to cry. Diane just looks as shocked as Jiang Yu, but she patiently waits for Kofne to calm down. The last thing I remember is the Bujum charging at me. Did you guys save me? The Bujum was gone by the time we arrived, and Big Sis help rebooted your neural cloud. I see. I don't know how to thank you for your help. We're just doing what we had to do. The important thing is that you're okay. Ah, about the commander you mentioned. Could you tell me more about them? The commander? Why are you asking about the commander? Perhaps the commander's talking about it out is the same one I know. We might be able to help each other out. Can you tell us more about this person so we can verify them? I didn't know the commander had so many old friends. Kovne mutters to herself. These people doesn't seem like a bad lot, and she does need help. After some soul searching, Kovne decides to reveal a bit of information. Um, the commander, they're the person who commands us. Ugh, that was completely accurate and 100% useless. Ah yes, I should be saying this. The commander is a bounty hunter who drives mobile-based vehicle around and takes assignments from all over the place, although they hardly make any money. The MBV. Is this MBV called the Elmo? Huh? How did you know that? Diane Jiang Yu exchanged looks. Could it be? Seems like it. Golfne, we were once tactical dolls who serve under the commander of Griffin and Kruger PMC. Griffin. Does that mean you used to be subordinates of the commander? Upon hearing Kovne's words, Diane is certain that she's talking about the very same commander that she knows. Pardon me, that's right. Pardon me for not introducing myself. Damn. My name's Diane, and this is my little sister, known as Jiang Yu. We used to be tactical dolls from Griffin. This is Zhao Hui. While was not from Griffin, she's reliable and a friend of ours. Jiang Yu and Zhou Hui wave to Kofne. So please believe us when we say that we wish to help you. Miss Kofne, can you tell us what happened just now? Kofne glances at the dolls and decides to believe them. Then she quickly explains what just happened. We were attacked by an unknown force on our way back to the train station. As we were exchanging fire with them, a Bujum suddenly appeared. I think I passed out after a Bujum's attack. I thought my frame would be shredded. I certainly didn't expect my functions to be all normal. There were 3 floating spheres around you just now. They flew away when we approached you. Floating spheres. Did Helena save me? Helena. You mentioned that name too. In addition to the commander, who is that? Why is there something as fancy as an automated defense system here? I can't tell you that. Kone shakes her head. She clearly doesn't trust them. Huh? But we saved. Okay. We saved your life. Diane looks at Kovne and realizes that first questioning is pointless. More importantly, there are other, more pressing questions she wants to ask. Leaving the moment aside, do you know where the commander is now? The commander managed to avoid the Bujum's attack just now. I'm sure the commander would look for Helena if they were all right. Maybe the two of them were together. Can we track their location? Yeah, yes we can. I plan to track on Helena. Golden fills our terminal and then sounds indicates it's running normally. Thank goodness, it's working fine. Hang on. Helena's actually pretty close by. but this location is underground. Covenant doesn't wait for the dolls to answer before she runs off towards Helena's coordinates. The group catches up Covenant, and after passing through the broken quarantine wall, Covenant along goes a good long way before she finally comes to a halt. There's a wrecked shutter door leading on ground to location where Covenant stopped. The shutter is built behind a small hill, half of it below ground level. It's practically invisible from far. The shutter's outer camouflage has been blasted to bits. It was once the size of a cinema theater screen, but now it's nothing but ruined fragments that have been blasted inward, as though something huge and had torn through it. Sorry, I need to get water soon. Look at this ripping and tearing. Did the Bujin flee in there? That's a weird slime on the ground. Looks like it went in there. Those spheres flew this way too. Maybe they went inside. The Bujin might have brought Helena here, but with her defense system, Helena ought to be fine. Kovne rings up her hands, doing her best not to let her thoughts wander through the worst. Diane gently pats her on the shoulder, hoping to calm her down. Miss Kovne, things will be alright. Besides, the commander's here, alright? Yeah. Kovne nods. She quietly mouths the words in her heart until she calms down functioning normally. The Lulz approaches the destroyed shutter. The interior is extremely spacious. It seems to lead an underground passage. The underground entrance. It has got some kind of shady facility. Goddamn, you really are mouthy, huh? Looks like it's a secret passage built to smuggle people past that quarantine wall. Why is this secret passage so big? It's big enough for vehicles to pass through, considering how close it is to the train station. It must have been built by a powerful broker. Can underground brokers really do that? Yes, they can! How do you think they transport their really big pieces of merchandise? All this can't be just a coincidence. Diane remembers the reminder the officer gave them. That, combined with the fact that anything involving commanders is bound to be complicated, makes her think that they need to exceptionally be careful with their next move. Is this Helena location the depths of this passage? From their coordinates, they seem to be far below us. Perhaps there's another facility below. I know I have no right to ask you this, but can you help me find the commander and Helena? Diane looks at pleading in Coldness' eyes and then her two companions. Looks like your instincts are accurate as ever. Diane. Of course, I'm overjoyed to be able to see Commander again. Diane turns back and nods to Kovne, replying in affirmative. If you can help the Commander, then we'll still be inclined to help you. Please guide us to them. Thank you. Kovne gazes into the black depths of the passage, struggles to swallow the fear in her heart. Then she sends the coordinates to Diane company before turning on her flashlight and venturing forth. Whew, my voice, I'm losing it. Everyone, halt. Movement up ahead. Oh my god, they are actually using the same gun. I love it here. Are they PMCE squad troopers? The gear rents. Their gear reads Magni security. Maybe they're bodyguards actually employed by the underground brokers. Should we open fire? They may not be hostile to us. Let's circle around them and keep moving. Miss Colvin, what do you think? That's them! They're the ones who shot us just now. HQ, we've been attacked by some kind of autonomous defense weapon. Casualties are 7 men, and we couldn't stop it from advancing. No, the target isn't moving at the moment. Those units are praying or something. We can't step in. We're trying to get enough people to target to get it to lock the scene down. Our losses from the battle just now were too. Oh, the target. Are you talking about Helena? No, we can finish the mission. We don't have to. Yes, understood. Squad, hold the position. And we'll mount a fighting retreat when the mishap shows up. Hang in there. Mishaps? What are those? Who knows? But Helena might already have been captured by them. Miss Diane, we can't let them meet up with them. Let's press the attack. She's right. These people might put the commander in danger. Let's eliminate them. Your ass, Connor. Boom, boom. Yeah. Nice.
晴らしい戦術でした。指揮官、勝ち時の歌を奏でさせて
Oh
い
my
た
god, we're
だ
on
き
the
ます。
second story scene now. Okay. I'll be back. I'm gonna get more water. Let's go. Oh well, we're about to learn what happened before you got here. I sit down in front of the control terminal, thinking about my next move. If Sextons and Nemesis on the ammo, no wait, there's no way Groza can leave it, even if she isn't happy about it. However, there is something strange about Groza's expression, especially when I was discussing the past with her. Still, she's the doll team leader, so she ought to be able to handle it. Shit. We'll need some combat power to account any sudden developments. The other dolls are way too flashy, which makes which means the best choice is Kofne. The conclusion I reach is that I can rely on my flexibility and Kylene's resources to take care of things in the city, but in the contamination zone, Squads 404 needs fire support from the dolls. I lightly tap the table with my knuckles and decide to split our forces up in the end. I scratch my head, then sigh heavily. The familiar pressure that once plagued me returns. I hate having to choose between a rock and a hard place like this. Have you made up your mind? Well, Dandelion's voice came from a strange place. I look around to find that diner gate floating in the air right on top of my head. Since when did you gain the fetish of sleeving to diner gates? That's crazy. The floating diner gate that originally intended as smart navigator for the Elmo flies a little lower. I still need to look up to see it. Even at diner gate's body, this aura of smoke superiority is uniquely Dandelion's. And whose fault is it that there wasn't any usable frames on the Elmo? Not to lower myself to using this body. Lower myself. Who the heck even says that? Still, being able to throw around like this feels nice. Like the stuff I left behind back then was pretty good performance. With just quick modification, it can interface with beacon signals. Now I can contact the Elmo no matter how far away you are. So you're saying you're going to head out with us in Diner Gate form, the Viv? Well, if I stayed on the Elmo by myself, I'm sure you'd be worried about me taking it for a joyride and leaving you homeless. Oh yeah, I can totally see you doing that. What the hell? However, I'll rise from my place in front of the command console and keep my gaze trained on the Diner Gate. The Diner Gate backs off a little to keep its distance and project a hologram of Dandelion, as though she's standing in front of me and having conversation. Why are you looking for me now, of all times? It's already been 10 years, right? Also, I need to put this down on fucking note. Hold up. Where did I put it? Here it is. Yeah, I'm gonna look this up because it caught my eye. Here we go. Sorry, I'm just writing something down. There we go. It's already been 10 years, right? Alright, I turned off my mouse. What? Did you miss me? Did you miss? Did you think I was too late? I just learned that Paradies wasn't completely destroyed, and right after that, you show up. The time seems a little too much of a coincidence to me. You're still as sharp as ever, even though you've been wasting away out here in the boonies for 10 years. I don't bother keeping up with the banter with her. Instead, I wait for her to continue speaking. Commander, why did you throw everything away and abandon everyone for 10 years? You should know the reason why. Of course, because you didn't want to get your hands dirty. But you do know that doing so costs you the ability to change things, right? Is that really okay? A lot of people think that what you did was incredibly stupid. They believe that if you had just continued on your previous path, you'd be in a position of power now. Instead of being bullied by warriors in the yellow zone, do you think they're right? Hmm. At first, I thought you shouldn't put up the injustice for long. But now, 10 years have passed in the blink of an eye, and you endured shame that normal people would have not been able to bear, with no intention of compromising in the slightest. Because of your sacrifice, all the people under you, humans and dolls, end up living pretty good lives. I was definitely not expecting those words from you. Are you trying to persuade me to go back? Of course not. You thoroughly resent me if I did. Damn straight. However, it seems that you can't achieve your original aim despite going rogue to do it. And the target you were truly aiming for or was never exposed. The time that the time was not yet ripe over the past 10 years. But now she has come to see me, so perhaps it's time for everything to be turned around. She, you say. Yes, even if you don't believe me, you can believe her, right? I hesitate briefly, but in the end, I ask the questions in my heart. And what does she want me to do? Dandelion smiles and shakes her head before raising a finger to her lips. She is just a silent observer. The important thing is, what do you want to do? Leaving aside that pointless hatred, leaving aside the meaningless humiliation, what do you want to do after stagnating for 10 years? Dandelion looks in my eyes, and I meet her gaze. There's something to be an inescapable power in them, forcing me to remember something that I've been trying to forget. Or do you think you're not doing anything at all would be the best choice? It's obviously not the best choice, but right now, to have the grounds to reply like that, I. The communicator beeps. I hesitate for a moment, but in the end, I pick it up. Commander, the battle plan and combat supplies are ready. Do you want to conduct a briefing? I glance at Dandelion. She shrugs, then she shuts off her Dynagate's hollow projection as say she although as though to say we'll have lots of time to discuss this later. I shake my head, then take a deep breath before giving Groza her orders. Alright, have them come over to the ops room. The drone takes off on the Elmo's landing pad. Soon, the massive Elmo is nothing more than a tiny speck on the ground. Helena and Kovne on one side of the drone, while the box from Helena's transformed defense system and I are on the other side. Inside the Dynagate's body, Dandelion sprawls over a nearby crate. She taps its surface curiously, as though she's looking away to open it. The drone pierces through the cloud cover and begins to clear up. I take off my gas mask, and morning sunlight is slightly dazzling as it illuminates my face. However, it is not an unpleasant feeling. On the contrary, I actually like it. Seeing the morning sun makes me think that everything is full of hope. I turn to look at Kolfne. She's helping Helena to adjust her safety belt so she looks more comfortable. Meanwhile, Helena is looking around curiously. All this is new to her. That's just as well. I was worried Helena would be afraid of flying, but seems my worries were unfounded. Just as I think this, I hear Meiling's voice over my earpiece. Commander, we're in cruise mode now. We're about an hour away from our destination, the Intercontinental Railway Transfer Station. Oh, make sure you fly as well, Mailing. It took me a long time to get this drone back into flying condition. Of course I will, Commander. The drone will touch down some distance away from the train station. Miss Dandelion says she upgraded the Dynagate's functions so she can use its beacon's comm systems to contact Elma at any time. Got it. Thanks, Mailing. I'll be counting on you to get us there and land us. I end the transmission and turn to look at the Dynaгаtes that engage in the music itself. I suddenly realize that this isn't any kind of upgrade at all. I mean, you're just basically making use of your permission to access URNC beacon channels, right? Aw, if it really bothers you that I'm using public property for private purposes, I can always get RKN to send you the bill for long-distance broadband network signals. Sounds like the Dynagate before would make a killing if I sold to the underground brokers. Think you could cover the bill? If you sell me off, you would never get rid of me. Ahem. Let's talk about something else instead. Sure, such as, for instance, how do you know? How much do you know about Helena? While the information collected beforehand already suggested it, it's suspected that she's not fully immune individual. The only thing we can be certain is that she's related to a pair of these in some way. Surely there's no way we're entirely ignorant of this, right? Ah, am I really that all-seeing and all-powerful in your eyes? Unfortunately, I'm not as idle as you, Commander. I don't have time to investigate this matter. While you were slacking off for 10 years, I was working on development and maintenance for the URNC's fully automated internal planning and management system. How's that? Impressive, huh? So tell me, oh endlessly busy Madam Dandelion who's involved in great endeavors, where do you find the time to come down and cosplay as Diner Gate? That's because I'm a capable junior who's my pride and joy. Don't forget, OGS is a very good differentiating and involving. I upgraded my daughter forks of my virtual cognition image and then learn and grow until they become autonomous intelligence who can work on my behalf. So you created a few clones of yourself in order to slack off, is that it? Commander, I'm in awe how you can reduce something as complex and grand to a banal triviality in just a few short words. We just did. Ah, you're making me blush. Back then, the URNC's top brass had to queue for a whole week just to meet me. Goodness, there might not be anyone in all the URNC who could do this instead of me. Huh, is that so? What, want to know how I did it? I'm kind of clueless about the technical stuff. I bet Persia would love to talk shop with you though. What a shame. Let's discuss something else then. In short, I lost certain authorizations and permissions. I don't need to remain stuck in this central hub system anymore. And while I don't know that much about Helena, this device over here is more interesting. Is this an automated defensive system? Oh shit! I accidentally pressed twice. Let me start my mouse again. Come on, yes, okay. Yep. It made extremely high-grade parts and makes up is very interesting. The internal barrier design is very unique to the point where I want to try to crack it to see what's inside. But if you get in, I'll be able to control the defense system like I did in this Diner Gate, of course. God damn it. So after cosplaying Diner Gates, Dandelion's going to cosplay as a box next. While the notion comes to mind, I do not speak to it out loud lest I get scolded. This defense system is very powerful. It would help me out a lot if you could control it. Huh. The Diner Gate's eye like main camera wears and narrows, as though it's got some kind of wicked idea. I'll hold off on the moment, then. We can't have you getting in the habit of relying on others and becoming lazy, Commander. Thank you. Once again, I turn to look at Helena. Coldness' head is down as she's checking her system. I hit the PTT on my cumulative tries to indicate that she should patch onto the channel and call if they obliges. What's wrong, Commander? Helena's going to be spending a long time out of the communization zone this time around. Is she alright? I brought some nutrient supplements along. They ought to keep her body functioning. Also, I'm modified my remodeling pattern. Now I can dispense collapse particles for Helena to absorb. That way, her body won't degenerate too quickly. Miss Lena also, Miss Lena also promised us that there would be places along our way where we could treat Helena's condition. She'll coordinate with us as we move. Good. Need to prepare. Helena begins gesticulating widely upon seeing Covenant talk to me. Although I can't make out what she's trying to say over the road of the engines, it's immediately obvious that she's trying to tell Covenant that she wants in on the conversation. As expected, the Covenant puts on a headset on Helena's ears, and her voice immediately comes onto the channel. Oh, Commander, Sky, pretty. Oh, not like on the ground. Oh my God. If all the collapse contamination were cleared away, we'll be able to see things like this on the surface too. I see. So, when cleared away? That is a mystery. Surely the great and mighty URNC will finish that task someday. Helena tilts her head where she's sitting on the other side of the drone. Perhaps the topic was too complicated for her, but she decides to skip over it entirely. Whew! Oh damn. Feels like going out on a holiday, alright. You know what a holiday is? No, I don't. Kovne taught me. I knew it. Oh, the holiday. That's a wonderful word that completely unconnected to my current situation. Kovne, have you ever been on a holiday? As if dolls could go on a holiday. I read about it in a book. However, the command could take us all on a holiday in the future. Holiday, holiday! And on a holiday. Oh my god. If we only had the money for that. Helena seems to be high in spirits today. That's because you're here, Commander. Helena has always enjoyed being around you. Oh my god. It's like you got a daughter, even though you haven't tied the knot yet. Hey, quiet you. Dandelion sees the opportunity to slip into the conversation and begins telling them all about my various dorky scandals from Griffin until they doubled over in laughter. I quickly changed the subject, clearly because I'm worried they'll all fall off the drone from laughing too hard. Yes, that's it. Dandelion then talks about one of my previous missions. They're so shocked by the tale of the doll's battles and sacrifice that they can't even speak. This time, I don't interrupt her. I silently listen to Dandelion nearest pass, and the faces of all my past friends and comrades come into view. The drone is flying serenely through the sky, and the sky is slowly brightening from the pink of dawn. At the great length, Dandelion finally finishes telling her story. Coldnate voices sounds like a little choked up from the comm channel. I didn't know you went through all that, Commander. It was all in the past. Commander! Amazing! I'm not that amazing. There you go, Commander. You're getting embarrassed when a girl praises you, even when it's a young one doing it. That sounds really wrong. It does! Dandelion, please! What? You like them young, Commander? No. Colvin, hey! Oh, not necessarily. I believe Commander's preferences were very comprehensive. Otherwise, they wouldn't be so indecisive on the particular topic. Hey, you stay out of this! Hey! I reach out to try to grab the dandelion gate, but she nimbly evades me. She hovers just barely out of my arm's maximum attention. As I am still secured in my seat, all I can do is lower impotently at her or indicate at my displeasure. Mailing, Commander, we're almost there. Please remember to put on your mask. Drone's about to descend. Got it. Everyone settle down and prepare to descend. Mailing's voice draws me back to my task. After hearing her, the others stop messing around too. I put my mask back on and signal to everyone to get ready to land. Golden checks her safety seat belt, then Helena checks hers. While the Dynamo Gate attaches itself securely to the defense systems box, the drone slowly sinks into the cloud cover. Although I can't see the surface, I had a feeling that we're not far from our destination. Just as I'm prepared for the descent, Cold's voice reaches my ear, and my terminal indicates it's a private transmission. Commander, if Helena gets cured or during this trip to Lviv, will she come back to us? Probably not. Someone will protect her and take her to her safer place. It's that so. It'll be lonely then. For a moment, I'm at a loss of words how to respond. After a brief silence, Kovnes continues speaking. But that's definitely a good thing, right? In the story Dandelion just told now, he saved a lot of people, so it's the same as was this time. We saved her, right? I'm briefly lost at words. There are a lot of people I didn't manage to save. That's why I want to say, even though I opened my mouth, I can't bring myself to say those words. I reflexively look at Helena, but she has none of her excitement from before. In fact, she seems to be in a daze. Kovne also notices Helena's unusual behavior and speaks to her in a concerned tone. Helena, are you okay? Are you not feeling well? There's a voice. Helena does not Kovne's question. I can hear her muttering quietly to herself over the channel. Just as I'm about to speak to her, the drone suddenly starts shaking violently, and I immediately realize it caused by the shaking of the box beside me. What's going on? Commander, this defense system is changing form. The Iron Gate is free from its tangent and flies midair to avoid being hit from the box shaking. The voice is the same before. it's the same as me. Sounds familiar. Like before. This time, it doesn't hurt. This is something happening to Helena? Looks like she can hear something that we can't. Helena, what's with you? Kelvin looks worriedly at Helena, but Helena ignores her. Instead, gazing into the depths of the clouds. Look over there. The box ox instantly transformed into 3 spheres, and I grabbed the diner gate as the shockwave of the transformation tosses it aside. The spheres fly over to Helena, slice her free for city bells, and carry her into the air. Kovnik tries to grab her, but Helena nimbly avoids her. After glancing coldly at Kovnik, Helena flies free of the drone. The embrace sphere sends swiftly the spheres into the clouds. Disruption of the spheres make the drone shake violently, and I hold on tight until the handles try to keep my balance. Commander, what happened? Drone suddenly lost flight stability. Helena, she flew away. Flew away? The unbalanced drone gives it a flat spin and plummets to the ground. I realize that the propeller next to me and see it's constantly shifting its pitch and rotation. Really, Melee is doing her best to keep the drone aloft. All I can do now is let Melee hit and things I handle dear life. But she makes me feel like I'm gonna puke my guts out. Commander! Hold on tight, don't fall! Through the corner of my narrowed eyes, see Kovnik clinging for dear life to the handrails. Wind is blowing so hardly I can barely open my eyes. I channel all my strength into sticking the bag into the drone so I can free up a hand to cling over the tighter handrail. Pull up! Pull up! Yelling yells over the comms channel. I never heard her yell that loud before. Perhaps her angry yelling had an effect because the drone manages to adjust its propeller pitch and the drone slowly stops its spinning. As we gain lift, the drone climbs hard, forcing me to change position so I don't feel so uncomfortable. At long last, the drone's flight path levels out and blood begins flowing normally again. I take big gulps of air as I try to recover from a distressed state. Everything happened everything happened suddenly too suddenly, and we're all confused. However, I know our current priority is getting Helena back. Well done, Mei-Ling. Commander, are you alright? It'll take more killing yet. Kovnik, can you check Helena's location? Just in case I had Kovnik put a tracker on Helena, but I've expected that it would come in handy even before we touch down. Hang on, I can still track her. Send Mei-Ling coordinates. Mei-Ling, take us there. Okay. Mei-Ling, can you see the coordinates? Helena's position is constantly changing. I need to keep refreshing the location data. Got it. Lead it to me. Immediately, the drone me changes course and begins flying in another direction. My brain kicks into high gear. Was our information leaked? Are we going to get ambushed again? But this time it was Helena herself who did it. Or did the problem lie with Helena? She can hear something that we can't. Perhaps Helena has something in common with those Neotos we've seen before. The navigator that attached to the drone looks my way. Her tone isn't teasing as before, which is a sign Danley's reliable side. I thought so too. When we first received her, there were words Helena 043 was written inside her box logs. Can we gather info regarding that? I'm on it, but I don't have much processing power bandwidth, so it'll take time. Alright, leave it to ya. Mayful's skillful piloting and the drone's high-speed flight quickly brings us out of the cloud cover. Looking down, we can see the glow from Helena's spheres in the distance. There are flashes coming through the ground where Helena is firing. I squint and see intense firefight taking place against not too large monsters. Is that a Boojum? Mei-Ling, head for the Boojum. Descend us as you go. Once you reach 100 meters AGL, well, begin orbiting the Boojum so we can observe the situation. Will do, Commander. The drone rapidly descends after going lower. I get a clearer picture of the situation on the ground. The not too large Boojum just flipped over a vehicle belonging to a squad of armed troops. And the forces around it are blasting it with weapons of various calibers. Ah, shit. The Boojum heavily wounded from the attacks, but it does not move from its place, although it's protecting something. It's located in what seems like a small town, but the town seems to be abandoned for a long time. The ravages of war only made it more run down. Oops, excuse me. The point of light representing Helena is flying over the Boojum. We try to follow it, but some of the armed troops firing the Boojum actually turn and shoot at the drone instead. Bullets whizzed past my ear, and no recourse available to me. I was made to pull up. What the heck is with these people? We'll land first, Mei-Ling. Circle around to where they can't hit us and then set us down. I'm on it, searching for landing site. point of light containing Helena is now extremely close to Buja, but we were forced to land further away due to the gunfire of the ground. Reeling picks up a fairly high cloud of dirt as our landing spot, but she can fully touch down. I'll rip my safety belt off and jump down from the drone. Colton and Didangate follow me. Troopers who saw the drone land begin to encircle us, and I'm forced to draw my side up to engage them. Damn it. This is not at all I was expecting. Things don't look good, Commander. Don't worry. Compared to the Commander's previous encounters, this is winning rate number 5 on the things don't look good scale. Plus, we haven't gotten to the SNAFU, TARFU, and FUBAR categories yet. We have categories? What a shocker! Is that true? Doesn't enough smoke out of you. How are the surroundings? 20 hostiles approaching. About 20 hostiles approaching. Let's see if your skills are dulled over the past 10 years. 20 of them. I'll manage. Can you do something besides scouting and scanning? Well, as you can see, I'm currently a feeble Downergate. The only thing that separates me from other Downies is that I can fly. Naturally, I always send distress signals to those who can help us, but then you would have to wait half a day for them to run, no? Wow, what great help you are. Half a day, it means they'll just be in time for find my cooling corpse. Even if the drone went back right away to pick up girls and the others, they at least 2 hours to arrive. Looks like I can rely on myself right now. I look at my handgun and regret not bringing something with a longer range, but there's no point thinking about that now. Since the enemy doesn't know about our situation, our chance is to hammer them hard and throw them back with the speed and violence action. Golden, get ready for battle. Dandelion, keep up. God damn it. Ugh. At least I get to speak more after that mission. God bless. Or well, on the next mission. And he's been beaten back. Commander, what should we do now? Follow me. Keep advancing. As I look for Helena's direction, I see a distant point of light flashing on all directions. Helena's automatic defense are firing wildly at those armed units. The Bujum isn't far from Helena, but it doesn't look like it's intended to attack her. Her defenses are laying suppressive fire on the attackers. The Bujum takes advantage of this and rampages wildly, knocking over multiple vehicles armed with heavy weapons. While I pick up a rifle for the enemy along the way, it's little more than a drop in the bucket exchange situation we're facing. Having no idea what's gonna happen next, and not with enough resources on hand. All I can do is stick to cover and push Helena's location, gathering as much intel and formulating a solution. As I see the gate orbiting above my head, I suddenly think of something. Dandelion. You said you could break through the barriers of the defenses, right? If you could bring me within 50 meters of them, I can force a connection with those systems. How confident are you doing that? This Diner King has limited processing power. Considering how to do it remotely, I guess that'll be a 50 chance of success. That's enough. Mailing observes Helena surrounding from the drone. Home for now. Sure thing, I can see everything. Helena's still engaging those armed troops on the ground. She's slowly taking them out. Find me a path out that's free of enemies. We need to get close to Helena as possible. Okay, right away. As soon as it appears open on my terminal, I pick up another rifle from the ground and toss it to Kolfnin. Use this for now. It's harder than handier than a pistol. Just hose down the enemies with suppressive fire afterwards. We need to buy Dandelion time. Okay. Wow, is this what you're like when you're fighting in person, Commander? If you got any better ideas, now's the time to bring them up. No, I don't. Then follow me. Dandelion will need scans of surroundings of enemies. Mark any hostiles that'll approach us. Just like old times. The Dynagate flies ahead of us and clears a path. As Mailing's directions and Dandelion highlighting enemy positions, we quickly eliminate the scattered troops that we encounter. Oh my god. Whew. Good. I'm good now. Okay. As I pass through an open area, Colton and I jump into the pits that's leaving us brought us on cover. The place isn't far from Helena. Bujin's deafening roars remind us how close we are to danger. Worse still, greenish clouds are closing in from the distance. Commander, Incoming collapse storm. You need to hurry. Dandelion moving in to hack the defense system. Can you control them and bring Helena down? Only hard once I gain control privileges over them. Alright, bring Helena down on top of that building then afterwards. I'll point to a nearby abandoned building. It is within 50 meters of Helena. Now, Golden, come with me from here. I'll go there to get Helena. No, Commander, let me go. Just as I plan to jump out of the pit, Golden grabs my sleeve and pulls me back in. The Boojum's too close. It's too dangerous for you, Commander. Besides, protecting Helena is my duty. Commander, you should just stay here and give commands. You're just one doll. It's not like commanding you is going to be difficult. I checked my ammo. I have 2 magazines left, including the one I picked up on the way here. We should focus on firepower. Come on, let's go. Okay. Wow, you're brave. I like that. Alright. Just keep up. Whew. Damn it! I was hoping we would go to the next. Give me the victory screen and make me read more. Fortunately, there aren't many troops left in this area, and we can pass through practically unhindered. Soon, we were inside a building. It's only 2 stories high, and half of it's already collapsed. I can go in the wooden door on the top floor, and we arrived on the roof. We aren't too high up, but it's enough for us to see Helena's side on the battlefield. Dandelion, counting on you. Roger, roger. Like a droid trooper. The Dynagate that has been accompanying us turns to fly towards Helena. Boojum is right beside her, perhaps afraid of her defense system, but been keeping outside of their light. Helena remains motionless in the air, as though she's lost consciousness. The Dynagate rapidly approaches Helena as they sense the approach of an interloper. The autonomous defense flare with light and begin firing deadly beams at the Dynagate. However, Dandelion's hacking is severely disrupting the enemy system as she approaches and the Dynagate easily avoids fire beams. The fear begins to waver and they stop shooting. The Dynagate boldly flies up to Helena and begins to examine her. This girl, I will save you. Who's she's talking to? The orbs shake harder and harder. The firewalls aren't able to resist Dandelion's hacking. In the space of a few seconds, Dandelion has assumed direct control over the defense system. Do you have friends that you can't abandon either? I can't leave them behind. In case, just come back to us first. Dandelion controls the orbs, then brings them and Helena back to the building where we are. Helena confident can't help but exclaim in approval. I can't believe she took care of it in an instant. Well, it's Dandelion after all. Looks like you owe me again, Commander. Helena isn't far from us. Coven is at the observation point, preparing to retrieve her. However, Helena is still looking at the Boojum. Then she gives her voice to heart-rending wail, to the point where even I can't hear what she's saying. No! Oh, I can't leave those kids behind. Oh, Helena's screaming things that doesn't sound like at all what she said. They hit me like an invisible shockwave, even making me feel a little dizzy. In the distance, the Boojum seems to hear Helena's cry and immediately abandons its battle with its armed troops, rushing towards us at incredible speeds. What? Hurry, faster! The Dynagate's head leads Helena towards us, flying faster than her. Covenant throws her rifle aside and spreads her arms in a defensive posture, ready to physically cushion the impact of Helena's fall with her body. However, the Boojum emits a blood-curdling scream and speeds up again as it charges right in front of us. Oh no. We're not gonna make it in time. Uh-oh. As she sees the Boojum falling crash into the building, Covenant throws me out of the building with all her might. In a moment of weightlessness, the Boojum's massive body crashes into the building and swallows up Covenant and Helena's forms. I hit the ground hard, and with my last of my stamina, I see the Boojum winding between the buildings and heading onto the distance. Commander, are you alright? Commander, can you hear me? I hear Millie frantically hailing through my earpiece, but I'm out of strength to answer, and my thinking grinds to a halt.
素晴らしい戦術でした指揮官勝ち時の歌を奏でさせていただきます
I'm like 2 levels until I get to 60, so what we're gonna like finish some things before that. Oh, requesting backup! We've been attacked by unknown dolls. Is there anyone else around? We're the last unit that managed to fall back. Hasn't backup arrived yet? HQ sent the mishaps over, but there's no telling when they'll get here. Mishaps? God damn! They might as well just kill us on the spot. HQ should never order us to fight that damn Boojum. All our guys are dead. Enemy reinforcements have arrived. Pay attention to changes in the battlefield situation. Bring it on. If they come, I got a bullets for them. Can I not talk any? Can I talk less now, please? My voice is killing me. The they they're all gone. Those guys were really strong. Everyone, all are you all right? Damage is minimal. It shouldn't be a problem. Oh. Fortunately, they don't have too many people. It would have been troublesome if they come in the same numbers as as the warriors. Colvin said something about fighting them before this, so that maybe that's why they only had this many people left. That's certainly possible. These people are much better fighters than warriors, and they got very good gear. Zhao He scrutinizes their equipment, trying to find some hint as to their identities. They don't have any identifying marks on them beyond the Mangi's security logo on their armor. Their weapons are all new. They got their full set of accessories. Their armors are equipped with all air filters. You can tell right away that they're designed for us for use in contamination zones. But they were speaking now. So, are those dead people in that armor? Just to confirm, Diane takes off the helmet off of one of the troopers who was killed. He's been shot in the head. The inside of this helmet is covered with blood and gore. Though it's grisly sight, there's no doubt that he was alive until recently. They're probably standard PMC fighters. But normal PMCs wouldn't go up against the commander, right? Speaking of which, why were they trying to capture Helena? I'm not sure either. They just shot us out of nowhere. Perhaps they're working for a previous faction that was trying to kidnap Helena. Wait, there were people trying to kill Helena before this? Going into detail might take a while. In any case, the commander got the assignment to escort Helena from a person named Kalina, and people have been trying to kidnap Helena all this while. Miss Kalina, you said. Diane and Jiang Yu look surprised. Is Kalin involved in this too? If it's an assignment from Miss Kalina and she gave it to Commander to carry out, then it must be very important. Miss Kovne, why don't we head to that location ASAP? Yeah, it's just over here. Kovne tracks the signal to her on her terminal, and as the signal begins moving, she spots a cargo elevator nearby. The elevator isn't very big, with only half-height fences up for cover. The elevator shaft vanishes into the darkness below. The dolls get into the elevator, with groans with thunderous bass roar as it slowly descends with them on it. Big sis, does this remind you on that one mission we went back in Griffin? Yeah. If I'm not wrong, we were at a submarine base. We were fighting on the base perimeter back then, but this time we get to go on an elevator ride. You seem happy. I'm just trying to lighten the mood, okay? Kone looks into the depths of her pitch black tunnel without saying a word. She understands that everyone here is feeling uneasy. However, the blinking icon on the communicator tells Helen it's somewhere below her. Thus, she must keep going. After realizing her attempt at cheering everyone up failed, Jiang Yu doesn't say anything else. The dolls begin watching surroundings in case they are ambushed. However, nothing happens. As the elevator descends, a strange smell fills the air. Freakish looking vegetation made the meat grows rampant on the corridors on either side of the lift. Exposed cabbling merges the plants and snakes everywhere. Perhaps they're just imagining things, but as they continue downward, the surrounding temperature seems to get lower. Collapse particle intensity is in this place is rising high. Is rising. Yeah, I can feel it. Covenant's terminal screen is coated in frost. She tries to wipe it off and sees that height of the coordinates are slowly matching up with their own position. Suddenly, the lift arrives at the bottom level with a donk, and the huge gates before slowly grinds open. Is this a warehouse? Looks like a pretty messed up warehouse to me. Ugh. Countless square glass tanks that are half the height of a person are piled up messily against the walls of the room. The ones that left contain some identifiable plant, while the ones on the right holds various twisted bodies. The tanks are engraved with what appears to be some kind of small incantation on them. The walls are covered in indescribable designs, but the dolls immediately recognize one of them. Paradies. The symbol is that one that no Griffin doll could ever forget. Kolfnik can't help but cover her mouth as she sees what's happening around her, and Zhao Hui frowns from her place off to the side. Were the missing people that the police officer was talking about all taken here? A single transfer station would have that much capacity. They must be brought here from various locations. I I can't believe there were so many. Is this Paradis? Coleman realizes why Commander was acting so strange just now. She tightens her grip on her weapon. Disgust churns in the depths of her neural cloud. Cloud particles are emitted from plants, but why are there places laced with these corpses? Perhaps they're trying to pickle. Jiang Yu immediately climbs up the moment she realizes her fox paws, but the other dolls understand what she means. All the dolls are eager to get out of this room that lines up with the glass tanks, but it feels like an endless corridor. Up. This is some Paradies-esque place. Look at this shit. Jesus, it looks great though. I can't lie. It takes a long time before they manage to stride to the end of the room. Hey, is that light up ahead? The only thing at the end of the room is a rot-eaten door, or a faint light leaks through the gap below it. Meanwhile, unsettling whispers can be heard through the door, which spooks the dolls even more. I can hear something. Let's be careful while moving in. The dolls crouch low, then gently push open the door at the end of the room. Oh my goodness! This is a whole different biome. What the fuck? It leads to an open space. Charred, the char of candles blends with the stink of gore and hits them square in the face. The whispering becomes clearer as it repeats over and over again. The dolls can make out what it says. May deformity be exchanged for purity. If you must pass wisdom onto this sinful world, then may my form be the medium. Wisdom is like unto a curse. If this world does not deserve a blessing, then may my form atone for it. For the flesh is but a shell. If the blessing is to be shared with all things, may my form be how they are joined. A sonus integrity comes from the distance. Several dozen unitatis in long robes recite verses over and over again from where they're standing around a deep, steep pit. Meanwhile, the girl standing in the middle leads their prayer, her voice the loudest and brightest of them all. This is the final offering. The dolls duck into the shadows, looking into the pit where a monster breathed its last as inside the pit. Is that a Bujum? That's the one which attacked us just now. Helena signals down there. Was Helena swallowed up by the Bujum? A look of shock appears on Kovna's face. She immediately tries to run out of the shadows towards the pit. Diane Jiang Yu kindly grabs her and drags her back. Let go of me. I need to save her. Helena's right there. Let me save her. Please calm down, Miss Kovne. That's a big monster out there. Are you planning to jump down and commit suicide? But I... Don't worry, I'm sure there'll be a way to do it. Let's observe the situation more carefully. The girl slams her staff on the ground, and the loud noise it makes draws everyone's attention. Uh-oh. May deformity be exchanged for purity. If you pass wisdom on this sinful world, then may my form be the medium. Cries of fear come from among the unitatis, but their bodies continue marching up to the pit. Their trembling is visible even though their robes are up as terror echoes among the congregation. wisdom's like unto a curse. If this world does not deserve a blessing, then may my form atone for it. Unitatis pulls out a dagger in the trembling hands and point them towards their throats. Some people try to struggle against this, but their bodies do not heed their commands, as though they were not in control of their actions. For the flesh is but a shell. If a blessing is to be shared with all things, may my form be how they are joined. The daggers plunge in forcefully, just as Unitatis fall into the pit along their blood. The dull thud of their bodies hitting the ground rouses the monster at the base of the pit. The twisted monster rises at the base of the pit, covered in wounds. It looks like it's barely hanging on to life as it aims to drag itself over to the fallen bodies. Upon touching the Bujum, the corpses melded it to its bodies. The three orbs begin circling around the monster, as though they're protecting something. A massive plant coils around the Bujum's tail, ill binding its base to the pit of the pit. The Bujum emits a shrill cry from time to time, sounding like a howl of pain and a roar of anger at the same time. So this Bujum wasn't formed naturally? Paradias is feeding their followers to the Bujums. That's disgusting. The group shifts their attention from the Bujum to the girl by the pit. She seems to be smiling happily, like she's at an amusement park. When you have Paradias, there's bound to be a Nietos. This one ought to be the neater. Neater. Yeah, we fought Paradias before this. This one looks just like the Neater we met earlier. Is she a mutant Nieto or something? We ought to be have we ought to have be having a really hard time being a Nieto with our present weaponry. According to our previous experience, Neater isn't particularly strong for either. She's more like a doll. Kolvnir lowers her head, then raises her weapon like she's made up her mind before addressing everyone. The Buja hasn't fully recovered yet. This is the best chance for us. If we kill Neater, no one can stop us from saving Helena. Kolvnir fires a weapon at Neater before anyone could stop her, but the bullet does no harm to Neater. It is as though it had vanished into the thin air. Neater whirls around in rage, slamming her staff into the ground. A loud echo fills the air, followed by anger shout from her. The time of the blessing has not yet arrived. You shall not profane this sanctuary with your insolence. Everyone, get ready for battle. Be careful as you face the enemy. Oh, well, we're back in the seat. Top line again. The ringing in my ears interferes with my perceptions, and I don't know how long has passed until I finally gain some sensation in my body. Fortunately, the aches and pains coursing through my body is a reminder that I'm alive. I sense the weight of my body lessening. Somebody's moving the stones on top of me away one by one. The world in my eyes gone from neon square blur to clarity. A petite form slowly comes into view. Helena? The person before me is Helena. She does not answer, or only stands aside, watching me fearfully. I look at the dust-covered hands and realize just who moved those stones aside. I cough and spit out the dust and dirt in my mouth. Then I take a stock of my body. I can't quite seem to exert any strength in my left arm. Looks like it's been dislocated. I prop myself up with my right arm, then look around. Hello, Diner Lion. Commander, are you awake? Dandelion's voice enters my ear. Her cheerful tones pulls me back to reality after my days. Considering that she's talking like this, I'm probably not going to be dying anytime soon. I grit my teeth against the pain and slip my dislocated left arm back into position, then test my legs. Fortunately, there doesn't seem to be any life-threatening injuries, although they ache. The dino gate floats around me as it scans my body. Then it hovers in front of me again. Looks like you've been taking care of your good body over the past 10 years. The worst injury you got from being flung out, was being flung out of a window. Was a dislocated arm. Vital signs were all within normal ranges and won't interfere with upcoming operations. I'm just glad to be alive. I look around. My surroundings are a mess. The rickety building that the Bujum hit was completely collapsed. The surrounding area is littered with corpses of armed personnel who are killed in the firefight just now. I reflexively reach for my gun, but the cool sensation I expect is not there. The diner gate eye seems to shine. Hold up. Hold on. Gonna... Alright, at the been someone. I thought it had to be a bot, so okay. Sorry. The diner. Okay, so diner gate eye seems to shine as it seems he sees my hand reaching for my gun. Relax. I checked your surroundings while you were out. As you can see, there isn't a single soul around here, so you don't have to worry about being attacked again. However, the data gate flies a little higher and looks into the distance. As I follow Danny gaze, I see a big patch of dark greenish clouds not far away from us. Damn it! Is that collapse storm's that close already? Fortunately, I found you quickly enough. Otherwise, you'd be enjoying another full immersion in a collapse storm. Another? Wait a minute. Just as I was wondering how to dig you out there, this little girl showed up. The diner gate glances at Helena, who's still looking at us with a frightened look on her face. While I have a ton of questions that I want to ask her, it'd be best to get out of here first. There isn't much time left. I need to decide what to do right away. I carefully recall everything what just happened now. Dandelion took over Helena's defense system, but just as we were about to grab Helena, the Bujum suddenly changed course and slammed into the building we were in. Coldney threw me out the window and saved my life. Dandelion, where's Coldney? I saw her being coiled up by the Bujum along with Helena. She isn't responding to my hails, but I can try to track her location. Her coordinates indicate that she's some distance away from us, and she hasn't moved in a long time. Damn it, we need to find her. I knew you'd say that, Commander. However, shouldn't we be more focusing on how to survive right now? Gain contact the Elmo? The Clapstorm is almost there. What do you think? This is the last time we had signal. I told Mailing to bring the drone back. Hopefully it'll save some time before time when comms are restored. This storm sure picked up a great time to come by. I would suggest we find a place to take cover. Otherwise, we'll be sporting new crystalline look in a few minutes. Any suitable locations nearby? There are some non-sealed buildings. Probably won't provide much in a way of actual protection, but having something is better than nothing. Fortunately, Helena is a quasi fully immune individual, and this isn't your first time being exposed to highly contaminated environments, and so you should be fine. Will it really be okay? I look at hesitation before Ethy crosses Helena's face. By the end, she works up the courage and walks up to me in the diner gate. This way. What's wrong, Helena? Go this way. After pointing in the way she wants me to go, Helena runs off to the distance. After a while, she stops to look back at us, then keeps moving ahead. Is Helena headed for safety? How does she know which places are safe? You can ask the questions when you reach safety. I force myself to my feet. Looking back, the ruins under thick dark clouds looked like a massive graveyard. No time for me to spend on contemplating. I begin to move in the direction where Helena went and get out of there.
素晴らしい戦術でした。指揮官、勝ち時の歌を奏でさせていただきます。
Just what? 8 and one more. And after that, I can save my voice. I'm probably gonna... For the event, I'm probably gonna do recorded reactions and stuff. But, I don't know. We'll see. Helena stops in front of the high point of the edge of the ruins. There is a disguised entrance invisible near a half-buried slope. Initial inspection of the entrance reveals that it's been well camouflaged by vegetation and rubble. But looking closer, inside shows clear signs of a man-made architecture. Is this the entrance of an underground broker's base? The inside of the tunnel is much larger than expected. It's big enough for two trucks to drive through its side by side. My ear. The collapse storm outside carries wave after wave of dirt with it. There are no more traces worth investigating on the surface now. Looks like you know this stuff really well, Commander. Could you explain? There are traders who do business in the contamination zones. Naturally, the URNC views them as smugglers. Well, these smugglers sure are bold to have hidden such big entrance here. Well, they're brave enough to transport anything from small animals to heavy arms. Do you really not know that? Not at all. Seriously. In theory, Dandelion should probably not know about these people and things that are only found within the contamination zones, but for some reason, I have the feeling she's already familiar with these things. Helen doesn't pay attention to our discussion. Instead, she goes deep into the tunnel. I run up to grab her shoulder. She turns to me, a troubled look in her eyes. I walk past in front of her, then she shine my torch into the tunnel. It is empty. Uh-oh. The shutter to the tunnel is half open. Once again, Helena ignores me and walks in. Although I can't be sure that it's safe in there, I have no choice but to grit my teeth and head inside. The diner gate flies into the hole, then the shutter, which looks like it's broken, suddenly grinds shut. The interior of the hole lights up, and the sound of machinery echoes all around. As I feel the ground below me start to tremble, I realize I'm standing on an elevator platform. Dandelion, give me, give me, get a scan of the surroundings. We are currently descending underground in the elevator. The diner gate flies in the direction where the platform is headed. I look in the same direction, watchful for any sudden dangers which might come up. Did you come to save Helena too? Out of nowhere, the he turtles silent Helena looks at me and asks a question without being addressed. Yes, of course, we came to save you. Still, what happened just now? Why did you fly away all of a sudden? I'm sorry. Ah, I'm not trying to blame you or anything. I just wanted to know what happened. Everyone was tricked. Everyone died. But Helena came. Helena was saved. Wait, you were saved? Yeah, in a moment of great despair, the call was answered. Helena stares at me, like she's trying to commit something to a memory. Kofte, Dandelion, and Commander. I'm here. I'm scared. What's scaring you? I'm scared that you'll vanish too. She pauses, then speaks again in an almost imperceptible voice. I already have nowhere else to go. Frankly speaking, seems to be something wrong with how Helena is speaking so frankly. But my instincts are telling me not to focus on that. I have a feeling that if I do voice my suspicions, this girl will vanish like a pop soda bubble. Did anyone vanish down there? The people who once stood beside me are gone. The people who helped me in my struggles are gone. Everyone has suffered because Helena exists. However, however, the people who answer me should not become the new sacrifice. Upon saying this, Helena lowers her head and does not speak further. What was that? I've gone over her words in my head, trying to extract meaning from them. Perhaps all this is related to just what happened here. With that in mind, I began to look around on the surroundings. The elevator and walls are covered in scars of battle. It's plain to see they're all quite recent. We encountered those unknown armed men, and that Bujan from the time the signal went through and until we touched down. So something must have happened here recently. Yes, I'm thinking. The diner gate flies back as the elevator reaches the bottom. Commander, I have good news and bad news. Which one you like to hear first? Bart, bad news first. Bad news, following scenes might end up indicating stomach distress. However, they are also highly informative, so you need to look at them right away. And the good news? Good news, Coldness signals on the move. Hopefully, that means her frame is still functioning, and we won't have to need the lower neural cloud from backup. How far away is she? Coincidentally, Coldness is on the same elevation as us. In other words, she might be in the base. Since Coldness is in there, then we'll have to go in. That makes me jealous. Would you like to come save me if I were in danger? Obviously, right? This answer is very important to me, so don't try to bluff your way through this, Commander. Ugh. I hope no way around will end up in danger. That includes you too, Dandelion. And if danger is unavoidable, I'll do my best to protect everyone. That's unfair, Commander. You're the best one that needs our protection the most, after all. Then let's do our best for each other. After our conversation ends, the diner gates flies up to Helena. Can you contact your defense system? We can't just in, walk right in with those balls on our side. Helena shakes her head. You're so defensive. How boring. The diner gate flies a circle around Helena, and Helena wearily turns around to face Dandelion throughout her flight. Did you do all this? You smell like something out of this world. Let's go. I got Helena's to my sleeve, but I can't resist giving her a reminder. We'll be going deep into the tunnels after this. Things in there might get dangerous, so make sure you hold on tight to me and don't run off. When I walk, you walk. When I stop, you stop. When I crouch, look for cover and hide. If I don't come here looking for you, don't come out. Got that? Helena tugs on my sleeve and nods. Helena remembers. Servants. Pedidius units. Commander, why is that you don't seem the least bit surprised by these enemies? Technically speaking, I shouldn't just be surprised, but mad as hell too. Unfortunately, I just fought them. The things inside will make you shocked and angry. Let's start by getting these nuisances out of the way. Yes, please. Commander's literally getting PTSD. Finally. Enemies are all down. I look around carefully in case someone's waiting to ambush me. The Dynagate's eye flashes a few times. Then Dandelion's voice speaks, not for the Dynagate speakers, but directly into my earpiece. Looks like the final piece of the puzzle has appeared at last. What will you do now, Commander? Well, we come this far to get an old friend's all the way to an old friend's house now. Might as well sit down, make ourselves comfortable, and see if there's anything valuable around the place. Looks like the old friend of yours has fallen on tough times. Bunch of raw garbage in the corner, out of place military supplies over there. Looks like they've been reduced to hiring contractors to mine the place. You should be praised for your work, Commander. We'll talk about that once we rip this cold out by the roots. That's strange. How come there's nobody keeping watch? I'm starting to connect the dots here. So Bujin appeared nearby. PMCs appointed as security moved out to eliminate it. In the end, not only could they not beat the monster, but they ran into us and they ended up getting wiped out. Well, it's an idea, but it's missing out on a lot of details. Why did Bujin show up near a Paradis stronghold? Why was it that the PMCs had to go and fight the Bujum in this said stronghold since it was underground? It doesn't make sense unless the Bujum was escaping the stronghold and fleeing to the surface. Now that's an interesting guess. In the end, why did Helena seek that Bujum out? Why does she act like she knows this place so well? The Dynagate looks at Helena, but Helena doesn't notice us gazing at her. Instead, she looks nervously further within. The girl has many secrets about her. I'm sure you must have seen a lot of strange things around her as well, right? There's no such things as too strange when it comes to fully immune individuals. In addition to readily visible oddities, Helena seems to have a strange relationship with the Bujum. Have you noticed that, Commander? Yes, he did actually. I would have thought of things that way if you had mentioned it. I suddenly remember that report Rosa gave me from when we just received Helena. Part of it included details of Helena appearing and the Bujum vanishing. And there just happened to be a collapse storm at the time too. So you're saying that Helena can attract Bujums? It's a guess. This place seems to have is just so happens to be a Paradia space. You might be able to find some information and that co- corroborates that theory. Since you said so much already, does that mean you already discovered something? Since you're so curious, then please follow me, Commander. After exceeding its limits before me in mid-air, it wiggles around a bit before flying in further. It looks like it's trying to do a catch grab to show me how smug it is, but unfortunately, it comes off looking dorky since it's a diner gate. I chuckle to myself. It's true that our body's instruments are more reliable in an enclosed environment like this one. I lightly tug on Helena. She obediently moves forward with me. The terrain isn't exactly complex. We head down along the staircases, and every time we think we're at the bottom, we find a similar-looking platform, beyond which is another staircase leading down. No useful information on the first three floors. However, once we pass the platform, the diner gate suddenly comes to a halt. Commander, you should rest for a while. I'll go take a look up ahead. Any enemies nearby? I'll lower my voice, prepare for trouble. I'm not sure. Not sure. What did you find? Dandelion is silent for a while. This uncharacteristic behavior sobers me up completely. It's strange. I can pick up a heat source, but it's very faint. Could be a combat using some kind of special equipment? No. Perhaps I should say it doesn't seem like a living person. Huh? The dandelion seems to sense my confusion. She uses the projector on the diner gauge she's in to display a visualization of her findings, and I subconsciously hold my breath. The image shows faint aped human signatures standing together in an orderly manner. Inside, sorry. Mom came in just to say she's heading out to work. I told her have a good day at work and I love her and take care. I did say I love her too. It's my mom. Inside what looks like four large glass specimen tanks. The heat sources do not move, like they are neatly arranged specimens. Are they severely irradiated mutants? No, the mutation is complete. Normal human vital signs are still present. I had to hand it to Paradias. They're always exceeding my expectations. Commander, wait for me to give you an all clear. Before I give the order, the Dynagate flies deeper in. I can sense Dandelions' emotions through the tone of her voice just now. Time passes, second by second, minute by minute, as I wait anxiously. Just as my patience will run out, Dynagate returns. How are things? You should probably see for yourself. Dandelion doesn't answer me directly. I followed the Dynagate to a hidden door. If not for Dandelion's thermal sensors, given the dark conditions, I would never have been able to tell that there was a door here. The gate's electronic lock is unpowered. It opens with a light push. The dim ground lights roughly illuminate the interior of the room. It isn't it isn't a big room, and there are four glass tanks neatly arranged in the middle. The tanks appear to be full of some kind of fluid, and the contents unclear at the moment. Dandelion finds a port of the control terminal and skillfully connects the Dynadate's cable to it. Upon seeing me slowly approach the tanks to see what's inside, she thoughtfully turns on the tank lights. What I see next makes me reflexively draw a breath. The contents of the tank displayed to all by the ghastly white light. Each tank is roughly a meter or so in height, covered in clumsily prayers. There's some kind of vegetation whose name I can't tell at the bottom of the tanks, while there are humans of different physiques, looks, and ages on the upper portions. The humans and plants are suspended in differently colored liquids. The top and bottom of each tank has four hoses of the different colors leading into them, completely by circulating cycle like blood vessels. Although I was mentally prepared for this, seeing something this creepy still makes me want to throw up. Somewhat worried, I look at Helena, who followed me in. However, she places her hand on the glass, as though she's bidding the people inside a wordless farewell. I trust this has made you adequately shocked and angered? Very. The data gate cable connects to the control terminal. The screen immediately fills up with folders opening up their details. Just looking at makes my head spin. I bet Dandelion is making copies of everything. I think you're pretty much guessed it by now. There's lots of information in this system, which means fully decrypting and analyzing will take a while. So it's better if I dump it all into my database and crunch it at leisure. Still, it's not like I come away empty-handed. Take a look at the serial numbers of these files, Commander. Where are they still? Ugh. Need to drink water. Folders contain basic personal information. They aren't encrypted, probably due to the fact they don't contain any valuable info. Still, managed to pick up some traces. Take a look at the surnames. Dossiers of 10 odd people flashed past my eyes. They all have the same surname. Wait, they're a family? What? Hold up, hold on. Pause. 10. Did they take the grandparents? Or maybe they're of the same race. Okay, that's racist. Now that one's kind of racist. That would probably be more appropriate. Only the data of this room is shown here. I did some digging and found out that all the people here have the same surname. Something suddenly came to mind. The place where the Bujin first fought was apparently an abandoned town. No residents found there. I thought it was because they were already fled. Could it be that everyone in the village had been captured for the experiments? Perdius. What have those motherfuckers done? One word is mentioned repeatedly in the data. New species. A fusion of flora and fauna. Does that sound familiar? Wait, could that Bujin be? To be precise, I think they're trying to fuse human bodies with various characteristics of collapsed radiation-fused plants through varying ratios of this unknown fluid. There's a lot of missing information. My guess is they're conducting experiments in fusing live humans with plants. With different concentrations of bonding fluid to catalyze the reaction. The constituents of this bonding fluid are unknown. Oh, so not entirely human, but various animals mixed in it too. Human, plants, and animal and plants. Human and animals and plants. Looks like the radiant plants are crucial carrier medium for these experiments. And there are also a special line. Implanted cells? Dandelion, make sure you save all this. Will do. That won't miss a single bite. Helena silently walks away from the tanks and bows to them. Commander, can you help them? What? Helena reaches out and points to the glass tanks. There's a pained look in her eyes. Dandelion does not answer. Only the blinky red light on the diner gate flashes. From the logs, it seems like the people in those tanks were put in there not too long ago. Can we save them? They're beyond saving. Their bodies are too deeply fused for that. In the logs, they look like they're logistics personnel from Statsec. They're from Statesec? Were they captured by Perdius? I can shut off the power to these tanks. That might put an end to the experiments here. I glance at Helena and nod silently. Let them rest. Thank you. Helena bows to me, and Dandelion looks in the same way. At the same time, I hear an unsettling growl from the depths of the base. There's no doubt that's the Bujin we just encountered. After hearing the noise, Helena glances at us. Then she runs into the base without looking back. Dandelion, follow us once you finish downloading the data. After telling Dandelion what to do, I give chase. I can sense something is about to happen. Damn! Alright, we're on the last one. Type 95 and 97 are about to meet. Heat Commando. Diane, the others rain fire on the Nita and force her back, but Nita ducks behind cover and avoids taking a fatal blow. The appointed time has not yet arrived. Forgive this insult, my lord, and range judgment upon these heretics. The Nita raises her staff high, emitting deafening, sinister sound, forcing the Alls to cover their ears and protect their hearing. Jesus, she's got more violent! What's that bitch doing? Look out! The Bujin's moving. The Bujin seems to have rejuvenated by the sound. Crawls out of the pit with all its might. Shrugs off the plants entangling it. Yeah, there it is. Devouring the blood and flesh of the sacrifice restores its strength, and the wounds it just took begin to knit together. The Bujin's body is bigger than before, but the body thrashes around continuously as though it is unable to control itself. Ito thumps the ground again. The sound makes the Bujin roar again and again, each cry more pain than the last. Atop the Bujin belong the three revolving orbs. A shadow vaguely shaped like a girl can be barely made out of its body. Helena! I knew it. Helena's in there! Oh. Colton can't hold herself back anymore and throws caution to the wind as she runs up to the Bujin. Give her back! Give Helena back! Colton unloads her firepower into the Bujin, while the Bujin raises its tentacle and provisions to counterattack. Miss Koltne! Diane rushes out of cover as well, taking out the tentacle, trying to smash Koltne with accurate gunfire. Jiang Yu and Zhao Hui follow her behind her. Since there's no way for them to retreat, the dissolves decide to utterly crush the monster here. Can't be helped, big sis. We'll have to attack it at once. Now's our chance to defeat this monster while it's still weakened. We'll cover Miss Koltne together. Be careful, everyone. Alright, switching gear. Heretics. Heretics, one and all. The Bujin slowly falters under the doll's attack. Nauseating slime gushes from its wounds. Although Nita wraps her staff on the ground, the monsters seem unwilling to continue to attack the dolls. We need to keep pressing on. Helena, I'll save you once we kill this monster. The dolls spread out, circling around the Bujin to attack Nita. And a look of despair crosses Nita's face. But just then, the spear on Bujin's head starts to shine with blinding light. Nita's face fills with savage glee, as though she's heard something. The appointed time is upon us. I knew this was but yet a trial set before. I knew you would never abandon me. Thank you for answering your servant, my lord. The spears shine and light slices open the Bujin's body. Helena slowly floats into view. Despite the Bujin's wounds spewing slime everywhere, her body is not touched by any of it. The Bujin howls in agony, but Helena pays it no heed. Although, all she does is glare coldly at Nita. Nita is full of delight as she stands in front of the Bujin. She laughs maniacally as she casts her staff aside and falls to her knees before the monster. However, her face turns pale and twists as she roars in anger. You are not her. You are not her. Where is my lord? I am here. Here. Shocked, Nita turns around and sees the other Helena taking aim at her with a handgun. My lord? This is from them. I'm returning it to you. Helena pulls the trigger, and a bullet blasts clean through Nita's torso. Why? I devoted myself to you with the utmost faith. Then rejoice, for you today, you'll be a martyr. Helena does not stop shooting for a moment. She pulls the trigger again and again, pumping more bullets into Nita's head. Nita collapses to the ground. Her staff fails with her. The Bujin in front of her collapses as well, as though its spine had been suddenly removed. As I catch up, I come to a halt, staring in shock. I realize that Helena is holding my pistol. Although I can sense something strange around happened with her, what I did not expect is that there's two Helenas standing in front of me. The Helena in front of me is raising her gun and pointing at the Helena in the air. The two of them are silent, simply staring at each other. Shortly afterwards, the Helena in the air speaks first. D68, you were not chosen. What a shame. I never wanted to be chosen. Everything everything we believed in was a lie. Is it? Was the resonance the only thing that came out of the ritual? She was the one who resonated with me. She saved me, so you get the hell out of her body. To think you would sacrifice so much just to do something so meaningless. This is the only face word with meaning to it. I want to save the people here. I was so close to success. Why? Why was it you again? You traitor. You betrayed us all. The vicious glint in the eyes of the Helena before us. She pulls the trigger in the flash and fires off her entire magazine. However, the spheres glow and bullets are easily melted. The Helena mid-air looks down scornfully towards the ground, making her final statement. Betrayed you? You are the one who betrayed us. Government who abandoned their faith and their mission ought to disappear here. The spheres begin to circle the airborne Helena. An energy beam gathers between the orbs and it looks about to fire. Dandelion, take over the defense systems, now! On it! I rush out and grab Helena before jumping aside. Thanks to Dandelion's interference, the energy beam is thrown off target and it doesn't hit me. The dolls all far see me and immediately head in my direction. Commander? I knew it! The commander was here after all! Is this the commander you keep talking about? What do you think? Our commander still looks as badass as ever, even after all these years. The dolls run up to me and press themselves against me. Fortunately, the defense systems don't initiate a second round of attacks. 95? 97? What are you girls doing here? It's fate! Oh god. It's a long story, Commander, but Miss Koltner here brought us to look for you. Is that so? I'm glad you're okay too, Koltner. Thank you very much for saving me back then. You owe me one now, Commander. Koltner happily flashes me with a thumbs up. Then she looks at Helena at the air before exclaiming in surprise. What's going on? 2 Helenas? The airborne one looks at us in amusement. She does not seem to attack us with her spears. Instead, she looks thoughtful. Oh, something interesting has shown up. I didn't expect us to meet so soon. Who are you? I'm conscious of who is similar to someone you know well. A lot will happen between us soon. However, Helena's voice starts to sound strange. You'll need to survive then. A ferocious wave of gunfire sweeps in from afar. Or coming from various passages, laid down armed troops who look like the ones who we fought earlier, but whose helmets have been painted black. Enemy reinforcements? Didn't he see this now that reinforcements coming? They came a little quick, don't you think? Prioritize protecting the commander. Lay down suppressive fire. We'll be withdrawing through the passage. She hesitates a moment before starting her... You hang on to me. I'll wait to Koltne, and she immediately joins me in my cover. Koltne, bring Helena to the rear. Everyone else, form up on me. Will do. Koltne grabs Helena's hands and runs towards the tunnel where I'm pointing. However, before she reaches the entrance, she comes to a halt and comes back with Helena and tunnel. Commander, there are enemies coming from the rear too. Damn it, we're surrounded. Jiang Yu, move behind the commander and intercept the enemies there. Okay. Bullets start flying on our way from the tunnel just now, forcing us to leapfrog between cover as we end up getting caught in the crossfire. Things don't look good, Commander. At long last, it's time for you to flex your leadership skills. Do you seriously think this is the first time for something like that? The dolls fire back at the enemy, but reinforcements vastly outnumber us, and we soon complete surround. Surrounded by being suppressed by the enemy. How many more enemies are there? There should be at least 50 according to the scans, right? Is there another way? As you can see right now, I'm just a diner. Look, I'm being serious here. In that case, we should be able to solve the problem handily once our reinforcements arrive, right? Reinforcements? Where are you getting reinforcements from? Just now I hear familiar yet unfamiliar voice in my earbuds. The moment I do, I know that's having been tossed a lifeline. Ah! No way! No way! What is this? Centurizi, what are you doing here? Commander, do you read me? Loud and clear! Receive Miss Dandelion's distress signal and now approaching your location. Macchiato's come too. What the hell? Wait for us, Commander. Don't die down there.
想定通りの勝利です。本当はもう少し頑張っ
You ended it like that? Oh, I'm so pissed. Hold on, I'm curious now. Hold up. Fucking bitch. Detuned, right? Hold on.